preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widowen. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widowen cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widowen first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB though. That's why Grealish & Co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Hello, good morning. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Shebahn Aherne, and former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Oh, we're in the thick of the FA Cup 4th round with 9 more live commentaries coming up for you today on the talkSPORT network. That includes Liverpool against Brighton, and Reds boss Arne Slot admits he's losing sleep over his team selection.
I have for the lineup what I should do, because indeed, do you play the same players again or the others? Is this a moment for the others, but which others, in which position? I need another 24 hours to decide on the lineup.
Yeah, we'll look back on 2 games last night and preview all of today's action on talkSPORT. The Six Nations reaches week 2. Scotland take on England in Edinburgh. Despite that dominant win over Wales, England head coach Steve Borthwick says there's still plenty of room for improvement in his side.
I think what's really clear we can get better at is converting those. I thought we didn't, especially in that second half, we didn't convert the opportunities in the manner that I'd like us to. So there's certainly plenty for us to go and work on.
All the updates from the Calcutta Cup coming for you today on talkSPORT from 4:40. And just in case you snuck out of bed early this morning and you forgot that it's Valentine's Day, come to us. We can do your mentions for you and your shout-outs. Scrambling for inspiration, don't worry. We've got our very own Casanova, Tony Cascarino, with us. Plus, Alan Brazil and Dean Saunders had you covered on The Breakfast Show yesterday, dishing out their own unique take on the perfect romantic gesture.
A candlelit dinner.
Yeah. When was the last time you did that, Alan?
3 kids and 5 grandkids. You've not got hope in hell.
He booked a table last year. Never again. Big mistake.
Was that the first time you booked a table then?
Shunny potted one ball.
Dean Saunders and Alan Brazil sharing the love this morning. Drop us a call, 03717223344. Also send us a WhatsApp if you would rather do it that way. Sharing the love this morning to your loved one. If you're heading out and about to take in the sports, share your messages with us or send us a text, 81089. We're going to do your nutting with a love this morning and build up to the biggest days in sport. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT.
I love this song.
Trust in me when I say. Let it all the way to the chorus, okay? Don't bring me down, I pray, oh pretty baby. Now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. It's the other bit. We'll come
Yes. Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
This is a great love song.
Do you know what film this was sung in?
Yes.
It's a scene in they're playing pool just before they go off to war.
Oh, no.
The Deer Hunter. You ever seen The Deer Hunter?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a classic.
Is it really?
It's a long film. It's quite slow for the first hour, but they play pool before they go off to war in Vietnam.
Yeah.
A bit like Dean Saunders, he books the table. It's a classic, and this song is just, I think, one of the greatest love songs of all time.
Yeah, and I love that it's a happy, upbeat song as well. It's not like cheesy love song. Go on, DJ Jasper. Let's just embrace it this morning.
I've been dreading this show.
Well, I did say to Cass, I've been reminding him for about 2 weeks now, Valentine's Day's coming up, and you delivered this morning, didn't you, Casanova? Right and early, 3 o'clock, this one's got the perfect handwritten card.
Yeah, I think it's one of the greatest love songs of all time.
Yeah, but did you leave it?
And I've got a connection with it, with my wife Jo now.
Okay, but that's good.
I can remember being at a wedding and we would only been together about 3 or 4, I'd say about 4 or 5 months, maybe a bit more. But anyway, I'm at a wedding and this came on and she went, "It's our song."
Oh.
And I thought, that's like, yeah. It was a really weird one to sort of, when someone says to you it's our song, you sort of, well, that can be over years. That was like after about 4 or 5 months.
Oh, so then you knew?
Well, I knew, but because I'd had previous relationships, I was very cautious.
Doesn't make you a bad person.
No. But I was, I told you, I had this conversation when we had Rocco and he's now 10. Joe one day asked me and said, "Are you ever thinking of getting married again?" And I went, "No, not really." I said, "I've had 2 and I'm happy where we are now." And we'd been together about, I don't know, I think we're about 8 years together, 9 years. And then, I just sort of pushed it away, the idea, really. Nothing because I didn't feel what I felt about her, but it was more to do with I just didn't want to go down that road again. Yeah. So I thought about it over the next sort of 6-7 months and then came home one day and just said, "Yeah, okay, we'll do it." But I did it in a bit of a typical me way. I went, "Come on, one for the road."
That's so good.
But she knew that's the sort of silly humour I do. Yeah. And we got married in 2019.
And you know what?
We've been together 10 years at that time.
And marriages, you have to really make it work. Sometimes it's just, it's easy breezy, and then sometimes you have to work it out.
Do you know there's no rules?
But I love that you wrote a card this morning. I think that's nice that you left that for her waking up and you left at 3 a.m. I think, okay, that's effort. That's A for effort. So that's what helps marriage.
Yeah. Well,
if you decide you're not doing that, I'm like, you're a wee bit stubborn.
I'm not a very patient person, so I've always found relationships tricky because I know, look, it's got to work. And Jo rolls her eyes with me a lot. I can see her and I laugh because I've got the eyes rolling because I might say something or, and, but it's a weird one because I came from, as many people do, because divorce is a high level that loads of us have been affected by our parents.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I have, but it did make you think, and it makes loads of people think about, your mum and dad have been together for forever.
40 years today.
Exactly.
They're married. They
Well,
got
that's
married
quite
on
rare.
Valentine's
That's
Day.
just rare now, which is lovely. and you think of the ups and downs along the way that they would have experienced.
And as we were discussing in the office this morning, like I do feel when I look at mum and dad, 40 years married today, and they got married on Valentine's Day, but it wasn't meant to be planned. Like, it wasn't meant to be cheesy. It was just that's the day that was cheap to get married, and they went to the pub and had a party afterwards. But I just love how they love each other, and I want that for me and Jamie. Like, I want.
But you would have seen, like the ups and downs of a relationship. You witness it. All children witness it because, look at the generations now. Marriage is like a bad word.
I know, it's different now, isn't it? A lot of people don't want to get married, and that's fine.
Yeah. It's their choice. It's their life. But it's weird because, my mum was married at 16.
Oh, my God. So
but
nowadays that would be frowned upon.
Yeah. No, my mum was married at 16. My dad was 19. I think 18, 19. They got married.
Yeah.
That's what it was back in the, 50s.
I was married, I think. I had just turned 25, which a lot of people would now
Yeah, I was 25.
Yeah, very young. But anyway, listen, love is in the air. It's Valentine's Day. You can share your love with us this morning. And if you have forgotten and you've snuck out to your game early this morning to follow your team, and you want to share some love, send us a WhatsApp, 03717 223344. You can send us a voice note to your loved one. Don't worry, we will talk about sport, but we will annoy you with the love songs this morning as well. It was a Pedro Neto hat-trick firing Chelsea into the FA Cup 5th round and a 4-0 win against Liam Rosina's former side, Hull City. It was live for you here on talkSPORT last night. Here's how it went down.
Opportunity for Delap to pull it back. Sets up Neto, who rifles it brilliantly into the bottom right-hand corner. It is a great finish from Pedro Neto.
It's harsh, to be honest, but it's a great finish.
Chelsea take this corner in towards the near post, and it's in. It's crept in. Neto late in the first half, Harto early in the second. Is Delap inside the penalty area, and still he goes. And he's put it on a plate for Esteval. 3-0. And that is that.
What an assist that is, by the way.
Chelsea playing with the confidence and a swagger now. Neto in towards Delap. Delap shielding it back for Neto. Through the goalkeeper for 4. To hat-trick of assists for Liam Delap. And Chelsea now blowing Hull away.
Credit to Liam Delap. That is brilliant number 9 play. It's great football fight by Chelsea. It's a pleasure to watch.
And that's the end of the night. And to paraphrase the House Martins, it's finished Hull 0, London 4.
Yeah, great performance from Chelsea last night.
Yeah, and especially Pedro Neto, who's been subbed a few times of late in games, and at his very best, he's one of the best in the Premier League. Such a dangerous player, quick feet, just changed his direction. Look, I saw him at Wolves in his early days, and like many fans, a lot of clubs were wanting Neto. So when Chelsea got him, there was a whole host of clubs trying to get him out of Wolves. He's a winger that, at his best, is really exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And he's got a bit of character about him as well. Yeah. You see that little bit of edginess.
Yeah, it was nice to see him kind of over those injuries and those issues that he's had.
Well, he had hamstrings issues with that most speed players do.
Yeah. No, brilliant performance. And after the game, Liam Rosina praised his side for getting through the tricky fixture.
This is a really difficult game. I've just felt the players' application to the game, the way we pressed, the way we won duels and tackles, and then the football that we played made me a very pleased manager this evening.
A bit of relief there as well.
He's going back to his former club that he managed, and it's always a bit tricky. Yeah, there was a whole gulf, but for a period in the first half, Hull City done really well. They were competing and made it tricky for Chelsea.
Yeah, on the other game last night, Wrexham defeated Ipswich 1-0 thanks to Josh Windass. They booked the place in the 5th round of the FA Cup for the first time in 29 years. The Hollywood fairy tale continues. I don't know how many times I've said that about Wrexham, but it'd be great to see them go on a trophy run, wouldn't it?
Well, what Phil Parkinson's done there as a manager has been sensational. Okay, they've had lots of money and people will look at that. Look, you need money in football. All the best clubs, just look at all different leagues of money plays a big part of how your road to success is. And Phil Parkinson's done a great job. And this year was a tricky year because the Championship, there's lots of clubs that have money. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Wrexham now, they wouldn't have the biggest budget, I doubt, in the Championship. They'd be up there with maybe the top 6, but you look at it and think, whoa, what a job he's done.
Yeah, fair play. Here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT today, by the way. 12:15, Burton Albion take on West Ham, the 4th round. talkSPORT 2 at 3 o'clock, Manchester City have Salford. Then we've got the Villa game against Newcastle, 5:45 here on talkSPORT, followed by Liverpool against Brighton at 8 o'clock. Stay across it all of the updates as well coming for you on GameDay Live this afternoon from 2:15 with our Adrian Durham. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Not so loving. It's been a massive week of managerial sackings in the Premier League. We'll get Cass's thoughts on all that next. Good morning.
Speaking on the Overlap Stick to Football podcast, and Postecoglou criticised Tottenham's transfer strategy while claiming his former side are not a big club in the wake of Thomas Frank's sacking.
You know, when you walk into Tottenham, what you see everywhere is to dare is to do. It's everywhere. And yet their actions are almost the antithesis of that. Right. It's a real curious in terms of understanding what are they trying to build? You know, what are they? Is it... There's obviously, they've built an unbelievable stadium, unbelievable training facilities. But when you look at the expenditure, particularly, you know, in their wages structure, they're not a big club. I saw that because when we were trying to sign players, we weren't in the market for those players. It's just who we are, mate.
Oh my God. To dare is to do. What do you lot do? You do nothing. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, look.
What do you do? What do you do?
Do
you dare?
Well, we're not doing, are
we? Do you dare? And then once you've dared, do you do doing?
Well, we're not doing it at the moment, are we?
Are you daring?
Well, we dared, and we won the Europa League.
And are you still doing it?
No. But I'm so sick of talking about Tottenham. I mean, look.
It's your job.
No, I know, but it's just like... you know,
it's not my fault, is it?
Ex-manager coming on.
Don't start having a pop at me.
It was absolutely garbage in the Premier League. All right, he won the Europa League, but you know, got a 0% win ratio in the Premier League at Nottingham Forest. Didn't want to mention that on Stick to Football, did he? So,
what do you mean?
Well, you know, it's very easy to come out and start saying this and that. Like, I agree with some of the stuff that he's going on about signing players and getting big players over the line, but maybe they didn't want to play for him.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Stevie.
There's a difference in love songs, isn't there? Like the ones that make you want to go, oh my God, and then the ones that make you want to dance. And
He's made some unbelievable music, Stevie Wonder. I had Innovisions when I was younger. I had Talking Book, which were massive albums that he had. And he created some of the great love songs.
No, I like that one. Good morning to Adele, 81089. She sent a message to the Weekend Breakfast Show. She said, it's my birthday today. I'm travelling from Deptford to Liverpool to watch Liverpool Brighton later. And I am telling everyone I'm spending Valentine's Day with Virgil van Dijk. Fair play to you, Adele. That sounds lovely. Good morning to Sean Blackman this morning. Has been in touch. I've been married to 8 summers and 53 winters to my wife. That's from Tony this morning. Hi to Steve. Love the show. 88 caps between you. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh God, I just got clicked there. Can we play a Valentine's song for Kerry and Blackburn? Some Aerosmith. I don't want to miss a thing. That's a great love song.
Yeah.
It's also a bit sad as well because then
a lot of them can
dies
be.
in space.
Before we come on air, I said, didn't I? Certain songs which are heartbreak. Can you? But it's not really about that.
No,
Valentine's
we
Day,
don't want heartbreak ones today. But then it is hard for people. One of myself, I got myself wife number 3, going to make it a special day for her. That's from Tony in Bognor Beach working.
So Tony from Cascarino.
To Tony from Tony. All Tonys. They know they're on their 3rd wife. Morning to Ryan in Glasgow. He said, come on, Valentine's Day, a load of commercialised rubbish. The missus got up at 5:15 to make my tea and toast before I nipped off to work this morning. She knows where her bread is buttered. That's from Ryan this morning. Oh, you can send your lovely Valentine's messages to us this morning. If you're heading out to a game and you forgot all about it, maybe we can help put it right in your gaff this morning. What's the most romantic thing you've ever done? Because I'm not going to lie, the third proposal doesn't sound romantic at all.
I don't know, really. I can't think. I'd say, Shebahn, I'm not the greatest with emotions and affection. I tend to be a bit of a stand-up person, a guy. hard to describe myself because it's like Joe would say to you, "Oh, you get a cuddle out of him every once in a blue moon." You're like laughing, but she knows the way I feel. Do you know what I mean? It's not. I don't hide it. I know my mum loves me to death. Okay. But my mum's not very emotional as well. When I had a dad that was even less so. So it's always weird because I was brought up in the dynamics of a family where being emotional and cuddling and lovey-dovey all the time just didn't happen.
Okay.
So it's weird for me. I'd say it was just, when I see it in other people, I think that's unbelievable. It's quite weird because my sister's married into the Capuccio family and they all cuddle and kiss and it's all that.
See,
So,
I think
and
we're
she's
a
become
cuddly,
emotional.
tactile family. Like I hug and kiss my mum and dad all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Same with the kids.
Me and my sister certainly didn't, but she's now in a family that absolutely are like it all the time. And she's become more like that, which is, so it's weird because the dynamics of a family growing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's it. Happy Valentine's Day, whatever you're doing today. Lots of you heading out to take in the sport today. Rightly so. What a week it's been, by the way, in the Premier League cast. Spurs acted on Wednesday morning to sack Thomas Frank. Not a massive surprise after the defeat to Newcastle. Leaves them 16th in the table. And then 24 hours later, Nottingham Forest decided to part company with Sean Dyche after they managed a 0-0 draw at home to bottom of the table Wolves. Forest now sitting in 17th, 3 clear of 18th place West Ham. So not so lovey-dovey at these clubs. And then in the same 24 hours, we saw Ange Postecoglou, who's been sacked from both these clubs, appear on the overlap. At the same time, it was a little bit like fate. Anyway, England legend and former Forest defender Stuart Pearce had his say on Evangelos Marinakis and the decision to sack 3 managers in one season.
He's done a really good job, the owner, getting Forest back into the Premier League. He's been part and parcel of that. But somewhere down the line, I look and say the situation with sort of how it's been and the fragility of management and all this, it destabilises the dressing room. And as Sam mentioned earlier, players' mentality towards the manager if they've got access directly to the owner. And if the team are not playing well and the owner says to the players, what's the problem, lads? I bet you bottom dollar that the lads don't go, Governor, it's us.
What do you think of this?
Well, look, the owner has an idea of having success and sacking managers. And one of the biggest myths in football, Shebahn, is who would want to go to that football club? And the reality is that nearly every club at all different levels have a huge amount of applicants for the job. Okay, they do. So when Forest make a sacking, there's always someone who thinks, I can live with the owner, I can deal with a guy like this, I can make it work. Sometimes your ego gets the better of you, and it's an incredibly difficult job. He's hugely demanding. That's his football club. But he's got Forest back to the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always the big but. I think stability is really hard at that football club. Ins and outs like they do, but what they have got, and when they're at their best, Forest have got a really good side. And to be fair, Forest are not, they're not in the bottom three at the moment. It's likewise Spurs. We've got two teams who've sacked their managers, and Spurs fans will say, hold it, we shouldn't even be close to being in the bottom three. But these two teams have sacked their manager. They've had runs, obviously results in recent weeks that have been really, really costly. Villa beating Tottenham in the Cup, defeats against teams around them, and sometimes the West Ham one would have been a big one. I think that was in January when they lost at home to West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad one. They couldn't buy a result, West Ham. They've gone to Spurs and won.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm bells upstairs start ringing.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of moving forward, Forest have appointed former Wales head coach Vitor Pereira in an 18-month deal, and then Spurs have put in the former Juventus head coach Igor Tudor on a contract to the end of the season. See, the Spurs one, I always felt for Ange Postecoglou, in the way that he was sacked and the fashion that happened. I know the Premier League results were bad, but it could be even worse this time with Thomas Frank. But then they did win the trophy. Should they have stuck with someone like that and build on that success?
I didn't think so. No, I thought the idea of the way he played football and the way they conceded goals, and look, it's been two disastrous seasons for Spurs, whatever way we look at it. And Tottenham's a club that aspires to be in the top six, that has a stadium and a training ground that is absolutely top level. And I just think the people upstairs will make a call on you once they start fearing relegation, and they look at each other, whether it's a board meeting and his directors or no owner or whoever, the CEO at the football club, and they start thinking, is there a possibility of us getting relegated? And they go, yeah, they'll make a change.
Yeah, and they had to. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. Coming up next, it's time to head out and about, speak to the fans who are on the road heading up and down the country to games today. A minibus driver doing the job for lots of people on the way next.
Alex Crook has been crowing about this for the last 24 hours because, of course, this has been his motto. He said, I felt like Tottenham was saying, we're one of the big boys, and the reality is, I don't think they are.
Well, it's interesting. If I've been saying that in an Australian accent and holding up the Europa League trophy for the past 6 months, maybe Tottenham fans might believe me a bit more, because he's their hero, isn't he? Despite the fact he finished 17th last season. And he's right. He said all the things that I've been saying. They're a big club in terms of the training ground is fantastic. The stadium is the best in the Premier League, if not the best in Europe. But they're not a big club in terms of trophies won, in terms of global fan base, when you compare them to the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United and Arsenal, especially now that Son is not there anymore, because that did open up all kinds of avenues for them. And they're not a big club in terms of the transfer fees they pay, because Dominic Solanke is still their record signing at £65 million. And they're not a big club in terms of the wages.
Well, actually, that does make them a big club in world football, because there's not many clubs that play that sort of money for players. Most of them are in the Premier League
club, though.
But wages is a big problem.
Yeah, but they're not paying pennies here. Like, what we're talking about here, maybe they don't pay £300,000 a week, but I can imagine some of the Spurs players are on close to 200. I would imagine so.
Well, they certainly shouldn't have a wage bill. Their wage bill is not 17th, 16th in the Premier League, is it? There's no way that can be the case.
No, but I also think what Ange was saying was that when he finished fifth in his first season,
we should be going.
But that was an overachievement, really, when you look at where Tottenham have been in the Premier League era. I know they had a few golden years under Mauricio Pochettino, but they're not an established top 4 team. They're not.
It's the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT, Valentine's Day edition with Tony Cascarino. Oh, you could listen to this song all day. I could listen to this on repeat. I need to get out more now.
He's got a hell of a voice, hasn't he?
Yeah. It always weirded me out, though, the video for this song, when he kept sticking his tongue out. He'd go, bah!
No, but the tongue has...
The
tongue has become quite a visual thing in the last decade or so, isn't it?
What do you
all
mean?
the photos. Well, people are just sticking their tongues out, photos all the time.
Yeah, but he was like pure slithering, wasn't he? He was like, stick his tongue out. I'm like, we're meant to be... Somebody's dying in space and you love someone. Why is your tongue hanging out your gub?
Can you touch your nose with your tongue? Do you want to...
Oh my God, you can do it. Ugh. Do it again for the cameras.
Oh,
You're
God.
watching on smart TV. Yeah.
How's that?
I didn't have that on my bingo card for today.
There's not many people who can do it.
I think my daughter does it. She can do it. Can you flip your tongue upside down?
Oh, I don't know. I've never tried.
I can do it. Get a close up on this, Zach. That's my tongue upside down. What's his name again, Steve? Steve Tyler.
Yeah, he's Aerosmith.
He'll go far. He's got a good voice. Some of your headlines this weekend: Matt Weston slid to skeleton gold as Team GB finally won their first medal at the Winter Games. He becomes the first British man to win individual winter gold since 1980. That's brilliant. Well done, Matt. But can he touch his nose with his tongue?
Do you remember the scene in Dumb and Dumber where he gets his tongue caught on the ski lift? Do you remember? How funny was that?
That's brilliant.
It's frozen to the ski. Oh dear.
It's true. How many times do you tempt yourself to lick an ice cube? You've done that as well, and you're like, it's stuck.
Yeah.
In other news, there's a big FA Cup tie today at the Etihad as League Two Salford travel to Man City. Ahead of the game, Salford boss Carl Robinson hopes his side will be better prepared than the one that suffered the 8-0 defeat last season.
The message for me is you must make sure that you express yourself, that when the game is finished, that you can't put any more into it. We're looking forward to it. We're under no illusions how hard it's going to be. But we've still got to enjoy it at the same time. And we've got to try and give ourselves some sort of hope.
Class of 92 still involved in Salford. It's a bit of a derby today.
Yeah. Well, didn't they play them last year?
Yeah, 8-0.
Yeah, that's what.
Was that the 8-0 defeat? It was the 8-0 defeat.
I knew they played them. I didn't know it was that scoreline. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's always a weird one when the team gets the same team the year after and there's a massive difference between the levels that they play at. So, yeah, I'm sure Salford would be delighted. It'd be a nice payday.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It will be. Man City Salford City is live for you on talkSPORT 2 at 3 o'clock this afternoon. What you have to do is download the talkSPORT app, swipe across to talkSPORT 2 to get our commentary over there, and then pop back over here for 5:45. It's Villa against Newcastle. And then 8 o'clock kick-off after that, Liverpool take on Brighton. I'm just thinking of the amount of people in the car this morning trying to touch their nose with their tongue. That's the important things. Here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT today. After us, as usual, it's Max Rushton and Charlie Baker with the record-breaking warm-up show. That's from 9 o'clock. 11 o'clock, live commentary from the FA Cup 4th round. Burton Albion host West Ham United. That's at 12:15. GameDay Live follows that. Adrian Durham going to round the grounds from all the goals from the FA Cup, the EFL, and then 2 more FA Cup commentaries, all Premier League affairs. Villa Newcastle 5:45, Liverpool Brighton at 8, and then you can end your Saturday night with the Sports Bar Weekender from 10 p.m. It's Adam Catterall and Jermaine Pennant. So 03717 223344. We're doing your Valentine's Day shout outs. We're talking about marriage because we're all tied down and stuff, but Valentine's Day is about fancying someone.
Right, okay.
So if you've got a crush, let me be your Valentine. No, I'm not. I'm going to be your Cupid. That's what I'm doing. I'm delivering the message.
Oh, right. Well, it needs to be, but if it's Valentine's, as in a relationship, a crush is the attraction.
Yeah.
But to survive a long time, it's way more complicated.
Because you could fancy someone for ages
and
have such a crush, and then you're like, oh my God, his patter's pure. Get him away from me. And then you're like, oh.
Isn't it weird, that attraction thing? What, that you just look at some people and think, how does that work? The dynamics. And I've got pals, I've got pals who have been together forever, and you think, and they look at me and go, well, you didn't last very long, did you? Like laughing. But they work. Your situation works, or what works for you, more likely,
Yeah, but if you do have a wee crush on someone and you're not a complete weirdo.
And when does the crush end, though?
Well, you need to front into it. If the person is single, you have to front into it, because then you'll never know.
Right.
So you have to make your move. Just be real with yourself.
Yeah, honest, yeah.
Yeah.
Up front, honest,
and then maybe regret it later. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Are you booking a dinner tonight, or is it?
No, I haven't planned anything today.
That's lovely.
No, we haven't planned anything. I did do. Did you ever watch the series Everybody Loves Raymond?
I saw bits of it.
It was a very funny series, American comedy, and I used to know it. And he always used to play practical jokes, as in always pretend things didn't happen, or didn't buy anything, and then try to surprise, and it always backfired on him.
Yeah.
I like to do silly things like that.
Right. That sounds lovely.
Like, as if last night. Oh, is it Valentine's tomorrow? Is it the 13th already? Oh, that means it's Friday. This is my conversation last night, by the way. So I was like, I didn't realise it was Friday the 13th.
So you
yeah.
And then she gets a sneaky surprise this morning when the card's sitting there. Jamie got me a beautiful bouquet of roses yesterday. Beautiful. And I was like,
well, you put pressure on every.
but he comes in a day early, like,
now,
look at me. I'm a day early. But it's quite cute because I won't see him this morning until I'm back. But anyway, we'll be watching the overlap and maybe having a glass of wine later. That's the romance in our house. Here's what's coming up. It's Trips of the Week time. So today, we're heading to the National League with Morecambe fans taking the 562-mile round trip to Southend. Here, that's a trek. Morecambe having a difficult time. 23rd in the table, but it was only a few months ago that the club were saved from going out of business. Usually you speak to one of the fans who are on the trains or in the back of a car or whatever like that, but today we're chatting to the man who's actually driving fans down to Southend. It's Morecambe fan and minibus driver Matt at Dayton. Hello, Matt. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hi, Matt.
Morning. Happy Valentine's Day.
I've got to ask you the question. You're the driver, Matt, yeah? Is it all men going down there and they've all left their other halves at home?
I think we've got a mix today. I think we're a mixed bag.
They're bringing the old birds with them. Getting a coach. You're getting a good day out to the beach.
Opposite way around as well. I think sometimes it's like dragging the men along.
Love that. I love that. Very nice, Matt. I mean, what's it like being a minibus driver on big days like this? Do you enjoy it?
It's good fun. There's a pool of us that take it in turns driving, and it's my turn today. A couple of the regular guys that do it are being romantic and staying at home. My Valentine's gift is get out of the house. Give us some time and space.
I get that. And tell us, Matt, I mean, Southend is probably one of the furthest. I'm not sure from Morecambe it'd be the furthest, but it's one hell of a journey you've been gifted with.
Yeah, it's nice. I've just woken up this morning and I've opened the curtains and it's all frosty and frozen outside, so I'm going to have to defrost the minibus before we get going. So that's always a nice start to the day. But it's all right. It's good fun, good crack.
Do they get
We'll have
rowdy?
the radio on.
Do you get rowdy in the back of the bus, or is it all very calm?
There's not much to get rowdy about, is there, this season?
Oh,
no, you're struggling.
Just angry more than anything else.
So the answer is, I mean, I've got something written down on my notes here, and it says, "What keeps you supporting this football club?" So I think that's a pretty relevant football club, like you just said, where you're struggling at the wrong end of the table.
Yeah, it's been such a role. I've been supporting Morecambe since I was 14, and as you can tell, that's a long time. You can't help it, can you? Once you start supporting a club and it's in you, that's who you support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was chatting to a City fan the other day, and they were saying, "Oh, it's great," but I remember being in Div 2, and I still went, and I was like, "Oh, dreaming of Div 2," you know.
Yeah, that would be lovely. No, it is tough. You're having a hard season. But the fan base never really seems to change, does it? And you'd be part of that, making sure you follow the club wherever you go. Do you get any hope for today?
I hope it's a good day and we get there safely.
That's fair.
You know, we've got Jim Bentley's back in charge, and you just have a chat with him and you're ready to do anything you want, anything you can for him. He's got some kind of magic the way he speaks to you. His man management is amazing. And we've got a lot more confidence and trust in him than we did have in the previous manager, who I just thought the job was just too big for him, too much too soon. Which is a shame that it's just taken so long for the board to realise that. And I think if Jim had come in, or another person had come in with experience a month or two prior to that, we would have had a better chance of staying up. We obviously still have a mathematical chance of staying up, but with the players we've got, etc., it's just tough. It's not an easy league, is it? It's a hard league, and when you need a bit of nous about you.
Yeah. So tell us, you do the journey down, and then you head back after whatever result you get, and if it's obviously a disappointing one, that's a hell of a journey back, isn't it? Where you've week in, week out, if you've been on that bad run, it's hard to get out of the habit of. You upbeat, or can you get some sort of Solace out of the journey?
We have a phrase, Morecambe fans have a phrase, and like I say, I've been going since I was 14, 15 years old, and this phrase has always been bandied about. Never let the football spoil your day out. And that's definitely the strap line for this season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it'll be upbeat. We'll have a laugh. We'll have a crack. You know what it's like on the buses. The banter's flowing, and that's all what it's about. Having a good day out, getting behind the lads, giving a good cheer on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we got something to cheer about on the way home.
Well, that would be lovely, Matt. We're thinking of you today. Do us a favour, will you? If you're out in one of the pubs today in Southend, ask the landlord or landlady to stick on talkSPORT on the TV, will you?
Oh, of course I will, yeah.
Yeah, tell them to put that on, and then Cass will get you a drink at some point in the very near future. Matt, drive safely today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers, Matt. Bye-bye.
Go safely.
Bye-bye.
That's Matt Dayton, the Morecambe fan, who's the minibus driver this morning heading to Southend. If you fancy a lower league fix today, talkSPORT 2, your home of the EFL. Stevenage take on Huddersfield, League 1 from 12:30. Coming up next on the Weekend Breakfast, we'll get today's back pages with Sam.
Let's go to Alan, who's a Man City fan. All right, Al?
Yes, good evening. I've got a little song for you at the end for the Arsenal fans as well. But do you know what, Arsenal? Man City are a snake, and they've had their foot on our necks where we've been weak, and they should have cut our heads off and buried us in the sand, and they've not. And now we're going to come back and beat them, and we're going to win this title. And in a couple of weeks after we play them at the Etihad, when we give them a footballing lesson, you can ring me up and I'll come on the show again, because Man City are a better team to watch than what Arsenal are. And he's coming on. The Premier League trophy's coming back to the Etihad. And listening to these Arsenal fans tonight, we are right in there, Ned. All the memories of all the years previous are all coming flooding back. And we're going to win the league. And I'll give you my song now.
Go on in. Go on in. Is it clean?
Crumbling again, ole, ole. Crumbling again, ole, ole. Crumbling again. Crumbling again. Crumbling again, ole, ole. Can't wait to sing that.
All right, Al. Listen, Man City fans are. If they're listening to the show tonight, Man City fans, I think they'll be thinking.
Do you know what it does do, though?
Tell you what.
It gives us. We have got a proper title race.
Yeah.
A proper title race. It's not a bad point for Arsenal. I still don't think Man City are quite the Man City that we've seen win a title.
No, but
they could do. They could.
They're looking all right. They're looking all right. You know, Diaz, Gay at the back again. O'Reilly, fantastic. Nunes has played all right.
Mate.
Rodri, you know, mate.
I'm not. Look,
you know, they've signed Semenyo, Haaland scoring, Foden.
morning. It's the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT, the most popular wedding song of the decade.
Is this one? Is it?
It is a great song. It's a lovely song.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran, is it?
It is indeed, yeah. So many weddings I went to about 7 years ago. This was the song? Or
Yeah, well, if you ask people over different eras, I mean, obviously, when you're getting married, the people that get married are a certain age, generally, that it will be the record of the last 10 years. Well,
Yeah, no, it's a good one. It is a very good one. Good morning to Carl. He said, it's not about getting married, it's about Valentine's Day, it's about who you fancy. Very good point, Carl. Good morning to somebody with no name. Rangers wear red and they also wear blue, with the refs in reserve and the boys in VAR too. That's really sweet. Play Islands in the stream from My Amazing Lady. We've just celebrated our 2nd anniversary. It's our song. We're having a nice meal later and a bottle of Whispering Angel. Oh, Craig. Lucky woman. That's Craig in Windsor. This one's a very, very sweet one. Wish my girlfriend Stephanie happy Valentine's Day. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer 9 months ago. 9 months into her relationship. 2 years later, she's fought it. She's now cancer free. 3 years together. 4th Valentine's Day. All of my love. That's from Luke.
Great story.
P.S. Love the show. Look, that's very sweet. Congratulations to you and Stephanie. Some of your headlines this morning. Chelsea thrashed Hull 4-0 in the sleety conditions last night to secure their place in the 5th round of the FA Cup. It was a hat-trick from Pedro Neto, and Wrexham booked their place in the next round for the first time in 29 years. They beat Championship rivals Ipswich Town at the racecourse. And it's time now for this.
I've got to ask you something. Go on. Now, obviously your other half is in Australia.
Yes.
And you're here, and you had Christmas in Australia.
Yeah.
Now you've come back. What's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day going to be like for you?
Well, that's a very good question. It's going to be hours apart because obviously she was
Was
celebrating.
it 10 hours, 11 hours? difference?
Yeah, 10. And I did manage to send her a card, though, which she opened late last night for her, which I suppose, late last night for me and early morning for her. So I suppose we managed to get that done. But it wasn't
Timed that
quite
well.
Valentine's Day for
Fair
me. Yeah, well, I couldn't really have done it today. It would have been tough in the back of a
No,
cab,
but
not very romantic.
Australia has Valentine's Day before us.
Well, yes, that's right. That's right. So it was fine. So it was Valentine's Day for her, but
Right,
not quite
fine.
for me.
That's good then.
But yes, she said to me, I'm expecting a package in the post today, but I said I'm out all day. So I hope it gets delivered. I said I hope it gets to the letterbox. Otherwise I have to pick it up. That's quite good, isn't it?
That's quite cute.
Quite exciting.
Guess what's in the package?
Yeah.
It'll be Sam and Pam at home today.
What, Pam the postman?
Pam the postman.
Anyway, move on from that.
What's in the back pages, Sam?
Nobody called. I don't know who Pam is, by the way. Just in case my wife's listening. I have no idea. Right, just as Team B was beginning to fret about these Winter Olympics, the brilliant blue and white blur of Matt Weston passed headfirst through a chute of ice at close to 80 miles an hour. By the time he stopped sliding, he was a gold medalist. This is a fantastic story from yesterday over in Milano Cortina at the Winter Games. It means everything, says Matt. I've worked so hard for this, but everyone back at home, my fiancé, family and friends have sacrificed for me to be here. I felt that this was fitting to mention this morning, folks, because he says, I've missed everything. Funerals, birthdays, everything for this moment, and it feels amazing. Just shows, doesn't it, that you have to be made of sort of different stuff to be an Olympic medalist, don't you? In the sense that you can't have any sentiment of saying, no, I'm going to park my training for the day. I'm off to a birthday party. You've got to just have dedication and focus all the way through. And in the end, it's worth it if you win something like this.
Especially in an individual sport. It's all on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you haven't got colleagues or whoever to help you along the way. But I'm sure he's got a fantastic team behind him because everyone from family and friends would have played their part in him getting to the top. That's without even his team, you know, who work with him on a daily basis.
Absolutely. It says here, this is Riyadh Al-Samarai in Cortina, in the Mail. To the lineage of Leslie Arnold and Amy Williams, we can add a 28-year-old from Red Hill who never contemplated this strange line of work until 2017 when he chanced upon a talent ID day hosted by UK Sport, and they felt he had the speed, height and power metrics to fit their need. It's an amazing sport, isn't it, Skeleton?
Yeah.
Shebahn? So you've been made of some stern stuff to get on with that, don't you, really?
It's fascinating. But also, as we touched on in the Olympics last summer in Paris, like how important it is to just be together in that moment, to not let the nerves, the occasion, any of that get the better of you and completely deliver. And even like Quad God, the figure skater, nobody saw that coming. We just thought he'd win gold.
Yeah.
Last night he stacked it twice. You know, so it's like getting getting it right on the moment kind of thing. You can do that as many times as you want in training, but the way you delivered it yesterday, well done to Weston. Brilliant.
That's the challenge, isn't it? Is putting it all together on that one or two occasions that you get in at a major games. It's pretty impressive. It's amazing. Really.
Well done, Matt.
Good stuff, Matt. And it's nice because I think it was starting to look a little bit worrying for Team GB that we might be leaving empty-handed. So thank goodness for that. Another one here, Cass, that I want to bring your attention to in the mail this morning from John Cross out in Brussels. That was around the Nations League draw. UEFA's referees chief says football has forgotten the reason why VAR was introduced. This is microscopic VAR calls danger to the game. Former World Cup referee Roberto Rossetti says video checks are becoming too microscopic and are in real danger of taking the love out of the game. The Premier League is facing a backlash from fans fed up with video assistant referees getting involved too often, long delays and the standard of officials. Rossetti said about the VAR intervention, I can tell you this, I believe that we forgot the reason why it was introduced. We forgot a little bit everywhere. You remember 8 years ago I came to London, we discussed what VAR stands for, we spoke about clear mistakes, we spoke about clear and obvious. Why? Because technology works so well in factual decisions. In objective decisions, it's fantastic. For interpretation, subjective evaluation is more difficult. Now, obviously, we've been talking about VAR till the cows come home. But do you think we might get to a point over the next couple of years where we find a sort of perfect balance of VAR, where we actually are quite happy with it? Or do you think it's always going to have these issues?
That's what we hope. But sometimes we can look back at history and it can get worse. I've said for years, Sam, on this, look at penalties, how they've changed, what they used to be given for and what they're given now. You're actually, literally, microscopic is the word. You're looking for the tiniest reason to give a penalty.
Yeah.
That, to me, is ludicrous because you are giving a one-on-one from 12 yards against a goalkeeper. And I just don't see how you can relate the two. It just seems such a big advantage to get a pen. So why do you see so many players exaggerate, fall, and get the slightest touch on them, and there will be people who'll point to, well, look, if you slow this down, you'll just see he catch it. And I'm like, do we really need to go that far?
Yeah. Well, that's where we're at.
Okay, so
and it is a shame, and even that to that extent of not wanting there to be goals in football. That's what makes people happy, goals and celebrations. And now we're looking for the tiniest reason to rule them off.
Absolutely. And Shebahn, if we say we're in now 2026. What are we going to think it's going to be like in 2030?
Yeah, well, unless the
that is the danger. Is it going to be worse? Because we all think it will sort itself out. Well, there's not a great reason to go, well, maybe it could get worse before it even gets better. I'm not optimistic about it at all.
Yeah, the possibility is it goes the other way, isn't it? That's always a concern.
Well, because if, tiniest contact and, look, don't get me going on because the penalties has been the bane for me in football.
Yeah. Sam, thank you very much. Enjoy your Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you.
We'll talk to you about that joke later.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Still not got it yet? Nope. No. Coming up next, we'll look ahead to the 12:15 kick-off as the FA Cup League One. Burton take on West Ham this evening.
Labour MPs, they say, listen, Keir, your position is untenable. This is all about appointing that rat, Peter Mandelson.
We've now had another resignation from number 10. The plot is thickening, the noose is tightening.
His failings are internal. He's useless, incompetent, has no political judgment.
This is all part of Starmer's reset, getting rid of his inner circle. So Chris Wormold, we think fairly reluctantly, has stepped down.
What an absolutely crazy week for Keir Starmer. His second cabinet secretary, gone. His third chief of staff, gone. His fourth director of communications, gone.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think. Good morning, Saturday the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and Millwall Hall of Famer Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
So we're in the thick of the FA Cup 4th round and 9 more live commentaries coming up for you on the talkSPORT network over the weekend. That includes Aston Villa against Newcastle. Eddie Howe says his side are here to win the trophy.
I think we have to see it like that. I think we are here to try and win. If that's the FA Cup, then that would be a great opportunity for us.
That's the spirit, Eddie Howe. That one kicks off at 5:45. It's live on talkSPORT for you. We're also going to look back on the games last night and ahead to all of the action today. 4 more live commentaries ahead of you on the talkSPORT network today. The Six Nations reaches week 2. Scotland take on England in Edinburgh, and despite their defeat against Italy, Scotland head coach Gregor Townsend said his side shouldn't be underestimated.
It's huge. It's our biggest game of the season. It always has been. It's even more important on the back of a disappointing defeat. And we know their supporters are behind us, as they always are, and they'll need their energy at the weekend.
Can't wait for this one today. All the updates from the Calcutta Cup coming for you 4:40 here on talkSPORT. And in case you managed to sneak out of bed before the other half this morning and it may have slipped your mind, it is Valentine's Day. If you're scrambling for inspiration, don't worry. Casanova Tony Cascarino has you covered, as does Alan Brazil and Dean Saunders.
A candlelit dinner.
Yeah. When was the last time you did that, Alan?
3 kids and 5 grandkids. You've not got a hope in hell.
Katie booked a table last year. Never again. Big mistake.
Was that the first time you booked a table then?
She only potted one ball.
Dean Saunders and Alan Brazil sharing the love this morning. Did you forget? How dare you? 03717223344 is the number. We'll spread the love for you. Have you got a crush on anyone? Do you want us to help with that? 81089. Casanova is with us in the studio this morning, and we'll get into all of the sport and share the love. It's the weekend breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning. What a week it's been, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it felt weird, Jessie, because no one had got sacked on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, with the early sackings of the start of the week, Shebahn, was quite full on. I mean, was there a big surprise over Thomas Frank? Not really. I think I was more surprised by Sean Dyche at Forest. That happened so quickly after the draw against Wolves. So, look, it's football. I've always argued for that. He shouldn't be allowed to add 3 managers in a year, 4 managers. That's what Forest have got now. I just don't like that idea.
You have the idea of the manager transfer window, don't you?
Well, I've always said
like that.
I know. Well, I just feel like a club should only be allowed to sack once. Now, there are obviously in the world of business, you can hire and fire as you like.
Yeah, money
okay.
talks.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But football is quite unique, and I just feel that it's. You know, if you could just keep hiring and firing and you're rolling the dice, I just don't see that as a very good long-term plan. I mean,
it can't be a good culture either. You know, it can't help.
Well, it hasn't helped Spurs, has it?
No.
You know, Forest could say, well, they've got to the Premier League under their owner, but I just feel like, is that the right way to go about football? Is that you could just keep sacking if you feel you need to make a change so quickly? I look at some of the history of managers. Managers used to stay for years, even getting relegated and still be at the football club.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've gone from there to here, which is you can get sacked for 3-4 game terrible run, and that's it. You're gone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you can argue it the other way with this news from England this week that Thomas Tuchel's getting his new contract.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people were looking and going, no, it'll be to win the World Cup and then take it from there. But he's agreed to extend his England contract by a further 2 years, taking him beyond Euro 2028. His previous deal was supposed to expire after this summer's World Cup. And he'll now take the 3 Lions through the next 3 tournaments this summer. The Nations League, should they qualify, the 2028 Euros, which will be played across England, Scotland and Wales and the Republic of Ireland. So is this a good move?
Well, I've always felt that, you know, tournaments should... If you look at the records of sackings after Euros, after World Cup, Shebahn, the sacking rate is unreal. It's like plus 70% that most people will lose their jobs after a major tournament. So I'm sort of contradicting myself on what I said earlier, but I do feel that Thomas Tuchel is in a position, I guarantee you that there's a lot of harmony within the England camp, and that regarding the players, because when Jack Charlton signed new contracts with Republic of Ireland, the FAI knew that the players largely were very happy with Jack being in charge. Now, Ireland's one thing and England's another, but I do feel that there is a real bond between England's squad and Thomas Tuchel. I sense that. I can't prove it, but I just sense that no one speaks out. Everyone's quite complimentary. It's been an absolute breeze for England to qualify, which is an easy group, okay. But it's still been a breeze, and they have battered a good few teams along the way. Now, obviously, you can look at who they lost to Senegal, and the highest ranked team they've beaten is only in the 30th best or whatever in the world ranking. So it's a bit of a weird one, but I don't see it as a big deal.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I don't think it's going to happen, but what if they struggle to get out of the group?
Well, like I said earlier, a lot of managers lose their jobs. And if you come bottom of your group and you're eliminated at the first stage, he could still lose his job.
Yeah.
They'd have to pay a bit of money. But they've showed great confidence and trust in the guy that they really believe him will be the guy for the next 2 tournaments.
And I think that's the right thing. I mean, personally, I think England would win the World Cup. I think they're good enough. I think he's a great manager. Now it rules out the idea of him becoming the Man United manager in the summer, which
and there's a lot of
might have
people
happened.
available in the summer, isn't there?
Yeah,
There's lots of jobs that are coming. You know, what will be Ancelotti with Brazil? If they don't win it, 99 times out of 100, Brazil will change their manager.
And he's about to sign a new deal as well. So
Exactly.
it shows that the Federation trusts that you're not just this manager for this tournament. We trust that you're here for the next, including this.
Who's to say? Imagine, look.
But you could still get sacked.
Yeah. You know, if England did go on to win it, and you know, people say, well, we're happy he won it, and if he went, but if you lost a really good manager, because could England do more than one tournament? Obviously, the next one is the biggest one because they haven't won since '66. But France in '98, they had Emi Jacquet, but it changed. It changed by 2000 because he was only in for that World Cup win. But they won the Euro straight afterwards. So that group had stayed together. But also, it was a very, vibrant, happy camp for over that 2-year period. They went World Cup European Championships. They obviously think Tuchel might be able to do something special.
Yeah. Also, just on the subject of Spurs, there's this report going around that they'll be looking to tie down Maurizio Pochettino again. Once they're out of the way with the World Cup in the summer, obviously, as the USA manager. We'll see what happens there as well. But you were wondering then if they'll be looking to tie him down to keep him, or say, okay, see how it goes at the World Cup, and then, if it's a
Poch, look, whatever we say, the Tottenham board will want to appease the fans because the relationship is quite clearly broken from upstairs to what's happening in the terrace. I mean, I laughed in midweek because Tottenham's pricing is, I think, going up for category 1 and 2 supporters. It's like, and Tottenham is a very expensive team to follow.
Absolutely. I mean, Sonny, our Spurs fan and reporter, came on. I think he said it averaged something like £1,000 a win there recently for a season ticket. Yeah, that's how much he's been paying to see a win at Spurs, something like £1,000 a time.
Well, they've only had 2 wins all season.
Exactly. He said it's extortionate. It's
at home.
crazy
Yeah.
to sort that out. By the way, on the subject of the World Cup, obviously England wanting to get that for the first time because it's been 60 years since the last one. You might want to check out this podcast, How to Win the World Cup. It's live for you now. It's Matt Ford, Tim Vine, speaking to former USA goalkeeper Brad Friedel about how the hosts are preparing ahead of the tournament this summer.
I don't want to make this all about Trump, but in his defence at the World Cup draw, he did say that thing about, when you think about it, we should call it football. We call it soccer, but it is football. When you think about it, we should be calling it football. I think a lot of football fans around the globe would have agreed with him at that point.
Okay, there's one logical statement.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point, Brad, where in America it's called football?
No.
Okay, next question. Thinking of USA 94...
I don't. NFL football is too strong.
Too big a deal. Thinking of USA 94 then, I mean, obviously that was a huge step forward for America's relationship with the sport. After that, is it fair to say that David Beckham coming over is probably the second biggest thing?
Yeah, he helped bring some star power, star quality, notoriety to the league for sure. I think football now is the third. It's just jumped ahead of baseball into the third spot. Yeah, the third most popular sport over here, and it's just going to be generations. A lot of kids I was born in the 70s. A lot of us played 80s more, 90s more, and now from 2000 on, most of the kids that are born are playing soccer. So it's going to be another generation turn, and then you'll see bigger viewing figures, and all that is changing, but it takes time.
How to Win the World Cup, available now on the talkSPORT app or wherever it is you get your podcasts. By the way, Matt Ford, that's the best Trump impression I've heard. That was
good,
spot on, to be fair to him. Do you ever think that maybe this World Cup will help the USA become like a global power in football and affect this country?
No, my dad lived in America for 30 years, so I went over on a number of occasions. And look, in the 70s, people like George Best, Bobby Moore and others went to America to increase the popularity of...
Alan Brazil.
And many others. Now, the one thing that always stood out to me is that American sport is all big, all about being big. Like whether it's basketball, whether it's American football, baseball, you tend to have big. So there's a huge market, especially with the rising Hispanic population in America, that football has grown enormously because there's a lot of sports people that aren't big as well. Yeah. So soccer, as they call it, has become hugely popular. And it started mainly with the women's game. Yeah. Women's game was the first to really rise quickly. And obviously the American women had huge success winning World Cups. And, so there has been a massive growth. And our football in America is going to rise most definitely. And I think I watched Miami play the other day, and it was like 70,000 at the stadium.
Wow, yeah.
So they're getting the revenue via people coming to the game. So there is a massive attraction here. Like I said, it's not not everybody's big, and most American sports are. But the size thing for different generations, which we're seeing, they're coming into football and they're going. It's an opportunity, and the money's huge.
Yeah, I cannot wait for the World Cup. It is so just soon around the corner. We've got all of it live for you here on talkSPORT this summer from the World Cup. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast. Time to get your posh coffee on the go. Cappuccino Cascarino is on the way next.
Thomas Tuchel signing a contract, is it because of the fact that the FA were concerned he was going to go somewhere else?
Listen, I think it is. I certainly think he was on Manchester United's list. Who knows, maybe he would have been on Tottenham's list as well. And I think that's why they had to get this done, because what you don't want, if you're the FA, and if you're an England fan, you don't want Thomas Tuchel going into the World Cup with constant speculation that he could be leaving for a Premier League club job at the end of the tournament. I think getting that out of the way, he can focus on the job in hand. I don't think England will win the World Cup. I think there's a lot that counts against England winning this World Cup.
What happens if we lose in the quarterfinals? Does he continue as England manager?
I think I don't think we should underestimate if he gets to the quarterfinal of a World Cup. When you go back pre-Gareth Southgate, which is your argument, we'd have bitten your hand off at the quarterfinal of a World Cup.
Are you going to defend me on that?
No, I'll defend you because I think Gareth Southgate should have won a European Championship. I think they should have beaten Italy in that final. However, pre-Gareth Southgate, England didn't get to quarterfinals and finals at European Championships. So and it's a tough draw, by the way. You talk about draws. I was there when the draw was made in Washington. England have got to take out some big hitters to get to a quarterfinal.
So where does he have to get to keep his job done?
I think the quarterfinal is par. I think anything beyond that is success. Do you agree?
The likelihood is that they're going to have to go to Mexico and play Mexico in Mexico City, which is going to be a difficult thing to do, although Mexico traditionally don't ever go any further than the last 16 of the World Cup. Then their quarterfinal, if everything goes to plan, which it never does, so it won't be this, is supposed to be Brazil in Miami.
Oh, it's very hot, isn't it, in Miami?
It's more likely that might happen.
But if England lose to Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil in a quarterfinal, are you going to say that's failure?
Well, I do look at Brazil's squad of players and our squad of players. I'll say we've got a better squad of players.
Yeah, this is a good lovey one.
Oh, wow.
That's perfect, actually. What a voice.
It really annoys me when people can sing that well.
How dare they?
I'm joking, obviously, but it's amazing hearing unbelievable voices.
And just a beautiful song as well, man. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. It's the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. We're live on the Smart TV. We're on your YouTube channel. Casanova is with us today as well. You want to know how to get married? This is your man.
Did you know who Casanova was?
No. Was he not? No.
He was an author, a spy, an adventurer that basically was a bit of a con man, but had numerous affairs, liaisons with all different types. And that's how he got his reputation.
Oh,
but because he was an author, he'd written a lot of his liaisons and what he'd been up to.
Why are we idolising this guy if he's a big...
No, that's what he was. That's who Casanova was.
Oh,
so when you're calling me, you're offending me because you're...
I see. A fraudster, Tony Cascarino.
Con artist. He was known to be a gambler, con artist, everything. And he was a spy.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I'm miles off it. Who knew? Morning to Joe. I need to one-up my husband. Please help me. Happy Valentine's Day. This is your present. Simon Penn, driving to the airport for our family trip to Copenhagen. Looking forward to my Valentine present. Wink, wink. Thank you very much for your messages this morning. Keep them coming in, 8, 10, 89. We can spread the love for you if you've forgotten about your Valentine's Day. And it's time now for this.
A cappuccino with Cascarino on the Weekend Sports Breakfast. I say.
Right, Posh Coffee Saturday. We were talking about this in the office this morning. You know,
I know.
Football lovey-dovey. I'm trying to think who's the most loved-up footballer you see at the minute on Instagram and stuff.
I don't know, but I know who was in 1990.
Go on, tell us.
I can't say his name. I can't. I'd love to, but I can't.
I know who it is, so if you be good to me, I might tell you the name.
I joined Villa in March 1990, and it was a real good vibe around the club. We were going for promotion, going to win the league, trying to win the league. We were top when I joined, and I took us to second. But we had a great group of lads. But there was a lad in the team, I would say he was the most loved up player I'd ever met. And every time we met him with his other half, he would cuddle and be kissing and hugging. And, well, the time it got to the next summer, so we finished the first season I was there, and then I stayed for the 90-91 season. And we were training on the football pitch, and we were having a practice match. And all of a sudden, his other half comes running towards the pitch. And the game sort of stopped, and the player was looking at her, staring at her, like, what is it? And she went, I'm pregnant. Well, they've just literally hugged and cuddled and danced, and the whole game has just stopped. And I'm watching them be so lovey-dovey. What is it? What is it? And I can't remember whether it was a girl or a boy, but announcing what it was as well. I remember just like the game, just standing there and watching them both cuddle, kiss, dancing on the pitch. It's like the happiest time of their life. And I was just thinking, I remember saying that, I've never seen a couple so loved up.
That is so sweet.
So loved up. And the caveat to the story is they're not together today. If you had said to me that this couple would have broken up, I would have said, this is the most... I would have had the biggest bet I'd ever had on this couple staying together. I'd have gone, no chance they could break up.
What a shame.
But they were so in love at that time. It was a moment at that time.
It sounds like a movie.
It was.
When
It was when they were running.
Pregnant and,
But when they were running towards each other, you know, you get the slow motion. You felt
slow.
like that sort of scene of, oh, look, they're running to get each other, and they cuddle, and it was just. I found it hilarious at the time because I'd never seen anybody be so
and the
happy.
fact that it stopped a training session.
We stopped a practice match.
Imagine a wag doing that
everyone
today.
Was, they were congratulating the player because obviously he was going to be a dad, blah, blah. And it was like, this is a training session.
I'm dying for you to reveal, but it's not our place to say.
I can't. I know he wouldn't be happy with me saying
that's lovely. The day that my husband sees me and greets me like that is the day I die.
Yeah. But you could imagine that sort
It's
of
so
scene.
sweet. I love it, especially in football.
Yeah, that was a great time. It's what because the lads at Villa were all great.
Yeah.
Great atmosphere. obviously, Graham Taylor just took the England job after about 3 months of me being there. But Bodymore Heath, at Villa, that was one of the funniest things I've seen on the football pitch.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day. That was Cappuccino with Cascarino, a loved up version, coming up next on the Weekend Breakfast. We'll get into the weekend's FA Cup ties. Good morning.
You know, when you walk into Tottenham, what you see everywhere is to dare is to do. It's everywhere. And yet their actions are almost the antithesis of that. Right. It's a real curious in terms of understanding what are they trying to build? You know, what are they? Is it... There's obviously... They've built an unbelievable stadium, unbelievable training facilities. But when you look at the expenditure, particularly, you know, in their wages structure, they're not a big club. I saw that because when we were trying to sign players, we weren't in the market for those players.
I was stunned. I was absolutely... I thought it was disgraceful.
Did you?
I thought, honestly, I couldn't believe what I was listening to. The club have given him £7 million. He's blaming everyone but himself.
No, we've got him a trophy.
Yes, but for his sacking, he's blaming everyone. But when I sat down on the day of the final, Daniel Levy comes up to me and goes, I've been in 8 semi-finals and final, and we all laughed.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? That's his fault.
I don't want to know that. That should be private. He's giving you... Honestly, he didn't blame himself. Did he ever say, I wasn't that good?
No. No, but
let me tell you now, if you're listening, Ange, I know you won't, but if you're listening, the reason you were the worst Spurs manager in 50 years...
most successful in the last 20.
And the reason you got the
Is he the most successful in the last 20?
Yeah, but I've already told you why, right?
No, but is he?
Not in the league, no. All I'm saying is league.
When they look back, though, they'll go, and you successful.
No, because that... Okay, before him, who's the last manager to win something?
Juan de Ramos.
That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean you're a good manager. The last two have been appalling. The last two have been appalling. But let me tell you now, right? The reason he got sacked by Spurs, the reason he got sacked after 39 days at Forest was because he's not a very good manager. And he never looked at himself once. He never blamed himself once. It was never his fault.
listen to Virgin love songs. Just kidding. It's the weekend breakfast on talkSPORT, but it's Valentine's Day and we are embracing the love today, Cass.
Yeah, there's lots of it. Yeah.
It's a great tune.
By the way, it's Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, isn't it? Yeah. As I was going to say, is that it's like a mystery, the one I talk about, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to guess who Cass was talking about, the most loved up footballer of all time that ended in, sadly, divorce.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful story.
It's when they bought the waterbed, that was it. They drifted apart.
Oh, stop. Listen, you've got so many dad jokes because you've got so many kids.
I know, I have a few. But hey, look, it's a day to celebrate, Shebahn.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Lots of you getting in touch this morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Any chance of playing Love of My Life or my gorgeous crush and fiancée Sarah. We're celebrating our 13th year, which seems too long. Keep going. That's from Ali the trucker. I'm Chris, I'm 62, I'm married to gorgeous Debbie. She's working hard as a community nurse, working today. She's out the door at 7:40. Please tell her I love her more than Tottenham.
Oh, well, that's a fair shout. That's a shout when you start going over your football team.
That's the order, is it? Man United fans have that banner. Man United, kids, wives, in that order. Jamie has one for me. It's Man United, his car, and then me.
Oh, you're beneath the...
I'm still in the top 3, so that's good. Becky, wish my partner happy Valentine's Day. He's my rock. I couldn't be without him. I love him so much. Why am I feeling emotional? Morning, guys. Might have forgotten it's Valentine's Day when saying yes to working today. Tony saying happy Valentine's Day to Stephanie, and Ralphie the dog would get me back in the good books. Go for it.
Oh.
Say happy Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day. Stephanie, wasn't it?
Stephanie, yeah.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, Stephanie.
Just to say 45 years today. Take care. Oh, that's lovely. That's a long, long time married. Yeah, all sweet stuff coming in today. We're spreading the love for you on Valentine's Day. And if you're single and looking to mingle, Casanova Cascarino is with you, and he's going to be giving you his tips a little bit later on in the show. Make sure you put on your smart TV because he's going to have a mouthful of roses. Whether you like
I'm dreading this.
It's fine. You're the best man to ask for advice.
No, the worst.
Well, you managed to get married 3 times, so you.
Yeah, well, that give me a great CV, does it?
Yeah, but people must love you, so you know.
It's like 3 Celtics.
It's one way to look at it. Your headlines this morning, by the way: former Chelsea and Man City winger Raheem Sterling has joined Dutch club Feyenoord on a deal until the end of the season. Just looking at the pictures of him arriving in Feyenoord, getting mobbed by the fans. Good luck to Raheem Sterling out there. Fabio Wardley will defend his world heavyweight title against Daniel Dubois in an all-British affair on Saturday, the 9th of May in Manchester. And the Calcutta Cup takes centre stage at the Six Nations. It's week 2. It's happening this afternoon up in Edinburgh. Here's the Eggman himself, talkSPORT's hard man, Alfie Reynolds, with what we can expect from the Six Nations this weekend.
Whenever England face Scotland in the Six Nations, it is always a massive occasion. But Steve Borthwick's England team come into Edinburgh this Saturday, having not won here since 2020. It is a hostile place for any England team to try and get a result.
We seem to have we've snuck into the hotel tonight all right, I think, but yeah, it's a different story on come Saturday afternoon when you arrive into the stadium. But that's I've spoken about it earlier in the week. That's the part of this fixture that you really love. You relish it, that kind of atmosphere. I enjoy playing in these kind of hostile environments, and I'm sure the Murrayfield crowd will be no different on Saturday.
That's the England second row, Ollie Chesham, speaking to me at the team hotel on Thursday. So Scotland have had recent success over England, but they come into this match in a poor run of form. So it's the Calcutta Cup on Saturday. It's Scotland against England. England looking to go 2 from 2. Scotland looking for their first win of the championship and to maintain that run of form against England in Edinburgh.
Oh, I wonder what Alfie's doing to make up for not being with his partner today.
Well, you just have to delay it, put it back, don't you? Whatever you were planning, you just make it another day.
If she loves you, she will accept it. Alfie, okay. Updates from Murrayfield, 4:40 from the Calcutta Cup, but also Ireland, Italy. Today, it's also the 4th round of the FA Cup. It's heating up. We've got 9 more live commentaries coming your way this weekend. talkSPORT has you covered. Let's look ahead to the FA Cup now with TNT Sports.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the agony and the ecstasy, the frustration and the elation all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18+ terms and conditions apply.
It should be a cracking weekend. Here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT.
It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic.
The FA Cup
the oldest and the best. Dawson puts his foot through to get it away. They have done it. Macclesfield have knocked the holders out of the FA Cup, and Wrexham have knocked Nottingham Forest out of the FA Cup.
Quintia gets it back for Marlon, and now Rodgers in the area. Low shot into the net. 2-0 to Aston Villa.
And the former Manchester United man, Danny Welbeck, might just have knocked Manchester United out of the FA Cup. Right-footed forward, he goes, save! Saved by Aaron Ramsdale! It's his third penalty save that puts Newcastle United into round 4.
There are never any guarantees in the FA Cup. Don't try and second guess it.
Yeah. Especially after last time. Burton Albion take on West Ham, 12:15 here on talkSPORT today. talkSPORT 2 for Manchester City Salford, 3 o'clock. Back here on the talkSPORT app for Villa Newcastle, 5:45, and then Liverpool Brighton at 8 o'clock. Adrian Durham here on GameDay Live with all of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, keeping you posted this afternoon here on talkSPORT. One tie is off this weekend, Port Vale versus Bristol City. That's been postponed due to the waterlogged pitch, and apparently all the players wanted Valentine's Day with a partner. Just joking, that didn't happen. However, nice one to get off.
Yeah.
Keeps you in the good books.
The manager might have had him in training session and do a double session today.
That's it. And then have the day off, spend it with your partner. Liverpool versus Brighton. Cass's Liverpool in action today, 8 o'clock here on talkSPORT. Arne Slot said he'd love to give captain Virgil van Dijk a rest, but admits it's impossible with his squad stretched so thin.
If he's not playing, there are no options left. He's been fit every single time, and I've said this before, how big of an accomplishment that is for a player of his age. So it tells you a lot about what he does off the pitch in recovery, but definitely also about his mental strength.
Any concerns here, Cass, with them being so stretched? Are you a bit bothered by this?
I say bothered. Look, Liverpool had a big result in midweek, didn't they? You know, getting a result at Sunderland. And with a really decent second half performance, I thought. And look, Virgil is a player that sets very high standards. And when he's at his best, and he hasn't had his greatest of seasons by a long way, but there's no way Liverpool can rest him at the moment. They've just got too many injuries in that area of the pitch. And whether it's been Kanate, whether it's been Gomez and others, they just have to rely on him. And fair play to him that he's putting his hand up there to be ready and wanting to play, because he is important to Liverpool. He's still very important to Liverpool. I just hope that between now and the end of the season, Liverpool can show some consistency, because they haven't shown it enough. Apart from the opening part of the season where they went 5 wins straight out the gate, I think they've been very inconsistent, Liverpool. They need to get that back.
Keen to see what Brighton will do also, because to go on a run in the Cup would really help. I mean, if he got a win today, that would help secure Fabian Hertzler, because he's under a bit of pressure now.
Yeah, they've been on a terrible run. I don't think they've played as bad as what they've got themselves in a position. The goals have sort of dried up in certain areas of the pitch. I mean, I like Minter. I don't get why he doesn't play more often. Look, Brighton fans will know better than me, because they watch him week in, week out. But when he's on and make things happen, Matona's not had the season. So the wide guys have not quite been as... Well, they were brilliant. Certainly periods of last season, I watched them and just thought, wow, what a handful Brighton's wingers are. They haven't quite been the same this season.
OK, let's look ahead to Burton taking on West Ham. That's at 12:15. League One side, Burton Albion hosting West Ham, looking to cause an upset for the first ever competition meeting between both clubs. We heard from their head coach, Gary Bowyer, says his players will give everything they have in the hope of pulling off a cup set.
It's exciting for everybody. You come in on... we gave the players a couple of days off after their exploits last week, and come in on Tuesday, and straight away you could tell. 100% you could tell it was completely different, a different feel, the energy, and not just in the players, staff, support staff, everybody. And it's a really exciting weekend ahead, because you're welcoming Premiership opposition.
Do you think they can get up West Ham?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say, they play Rotherham on Tuesday night, who are bottom of the table, and they're in a relegation battle, Burton. So the manager is, I'm sure he's delighted that the upbeat feeling and the lead up to West Ham and the type of performance he needs to get, because I'm pretty sure West Ham will make a number of changes. I don't see them being at full strength at all. I think that you'll see Nuno make a good few players come in, change But Burton, it's a big few days. Look, a great distraction, FA Cup, get a big result, all the euphoria that goes around that competition. But Tuesday night, they've got Rotherham at home.
Yeah, you're so right about that. But also, it's not as if West Ham can take this lightly either. You know,
No.
they should be expected to put on a decent performance today and a comfortable win. And Nuno is starting to turn things around. It seems
Now they've played way better. I mean, look, Paquetá, since they've lost him, the energy in the forward areas, out wide, I've just talked about Brighton wide areas. Bowen will always run all day. Somerville has become a real shining light for West Ham fans. Just it's all sort of felt differently. And look, there was a hard one for them to take on Monday night against Manchester United, where they played so well, could have gone 2-0 up, and have ended up drawing the game. But a terrific performance. Nuno, I think, will make quite a number of changes because he will be firmly, obviously, thinking about Premier League survival. And
I was going to ask you that. Do you think it's not unfair because it's a privilege to be in the FA Cup, be in the position you're in, but is it almost like a kind of unwanted distraction when you're in a relegation battle to still have cup competition?
Well, he knows that is the be-all and end-all. It's not beating Burton in the FA Cup. Now, West Ham fans might say, well, we want to get to the very top. You hope that the players you can field can still go and get a job done that are good enough. But one thing he doesn't want is 2 or 3 injuries to top players and then affect their, Premier League squads. It's just a really tough one for a manager. I only see him making changes and hope that that's enough to get past Burton.
Would West Ham take winning the FA Cup but being relegated?
Well, the fans might, but the club wouldn't. Obviously, it's a massive, it affects you hugely getting relegated because the stadium would not be full in the Championship. And West Ham do have an incredible support. But the FA Cup win would, I think, like everything, you get a lot of pleasure and joy out of winning.
No.
But the club certainly wouldn't want that because it would affect them so much in financial terms and losing players. Will Bowen want to go to the go to the Championship with Somerville?
Yeah.
And others.
I mean, you just look at the Forest and Spurs and the idea of any of them being back in the Championship is crazy. I mean, Forest are so flirting.
Well, Forest have got a very, very good squad.
Yeah.
So, the fear of relegation is...
And what's amazing is that it's Nuno who's chasing the tails of the clubs above him, those clubs that he was signed from. It's mad. Football is mad, in case you didn't notice. 12:15 today, Burton take on West Ham in the 4th round of the FA Cup. It's live here on talkSPORT. Get more Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup now on their new home, TNT Sports. Subscription required.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the agony and the ecstasy, the frustration and the elation all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Coming up next, we're going to be joined by a Premier League club owner's daughter. All the juice coming next on Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT.
Arsenal all his life, and I just want to say that I fear for Arsenal again because I genuinely believe that Mikel Arteta sets out his team not to lose, not to lose, whereas Man City set out to win. And I don't know how you win something by setting out not to lose. And this is a problem we have every year. We get towards the end, and he thinks that by not losing, getting a draw, we'll be all right. But every time you draw now and the other team wins, you drop 2 points in the Premier League.
Yep.
And so he's got a tried and tested method of failing. And if my reasons for believing that are, first of all, I've never believed he's going to get us over the line after his first full season. If you look back, I believe there was a moment. There was 8 games left to play. Arsenal were in 4th place. We were 5 points clear of the team in 5th, and we had a game in hand, and we still managed to finish 5th. And every season since then has been the same.
That was when you went to Newcastle and lost, wasn't it? I mean, I think he's got a great point because you compare, we were there, Sam, for both games. You compare Manchester City's performance at Anfield to Arsenal's performance at Anfield earlier in the season. Mikel Arteta went there to not get beaten. Pep Guardiola went to Anfield at the weekend, even at 1-0 down,
Slightly different,
to try and win the game.
Manchester City are in a situation now where they have to win almost every game. They have to attack it, whereas Mikel Arteta has come up with a strategy where he's plotting his way through the course of the
I think
season
it's risky,
strategically.
and I think if they don't win it,
it's
it'll
a
be on the
low-risk
manager gaps.
approach in terms of the fact that he's trying not to play gambling football, but it could be one that backfires.
Had some great songs on there.
It's a good one.
It's a classic.
It's a great love song.
Yeah.
Tony did his impression of that other Tony, producer Tony, in the office this morning, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's get his version.
Yeah, he's got a decent voice on him, Tony.
Let's see. Good morning and happy Valentine's Day to you. If you've just joined us, it's the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. We're on the Smart TV, we're on the YouTube channel as well. We've got Casanova himself with us. Turns out Casanova was a little bit of a fraud, but, you know, we all love a baddie.
He was quite... Well, he was a very famous, obviously, author and spy. And that's what he did.
I didn't know he was a spy.
Yeah. Well, espionage was very common in certain times.
But you had lots of ladies, right?
Yeah, well, that was part of the reason why he was so famous, because obviously he had liaisons with many different important people all around the world and got information.
And he had some chat about him.
Yeah. So he managed to persuade certain women to give him information.
Right. Okay. Right. I thought you were going to say something else. Okay, happy Valentine's Day to you. We're spreading the love for you this morning because you might have forgotten. If you're heading out to a game today, you can send your loved one a message through us here at talkSPORT. Coming up today, Burnley against Mansfield. Looking forward to the FA Cup 4th round action now with a different kind of guest, someone who's gone viral on social media with behind the scenes content from inside press rooms, stadiums, and even by rating UK meal deals. Let's have a listen to Ashlin in action. It's Burnley's social media executive who also happens to be the owner's daughter. Here she is in action.
Join us in the director's box for today's match against Tottenham. It is an unusually sunny day here in Burnley, but for January, we will take anything that we can get. Oh, and you already know what Winston's wearing because we have not lost since he's gotten it. I know it's a very busy one for the chairman's lounge today, but luckily my sister gets to join us, which is so fun. Winnie was definitely more interested in this fork than taking a photo with me, but hey, the food was amazing today. We had pork belly, and even Winston got these little mashed potatoes. Then we headed out to the match, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty really nervous, but I love seeing Winston interact with my dad, and that kind of calmed my nerves a little bit. Tottenham are obviously a very good side, but I feel like we saw some momentum from our team right away. I mean, we weren't even 10 minutes in when we got this goal. I mean, it was disallowed, but I still think that was a great way to start the match.
TikToker Ashlin Pace Ferguson and the daughter of Alan Pace, the Burnley owner. Good morning, Ashlin. Thanks for coming on.
Ashlin.
Good morning. Thank you for letting me join.
No, this is great. Your TikToks are absolutely flying. And we were then looking up your dad. It's quite an interesting little dynamic that you've got going on.
Yeah, thank you. I have really started making them the last few years, really, and being able to capture Burnley for what it is and show it to the world, not just people here in the UK. It's been a really fun adventure for me.
Yeah, but for you and your family, has your dad been in charge around 5 years now of Burnley?
Yeah, about 5 years. It was 2020 when the takeover happened. So yeah, about 5 years now.
Yeah, and where did that love for Premier League football come from?
To be honest, we've always really been interested in football in general, but he's had this dream to be over here in the UK again and to take over a team. And once he completed with Burnley, we all started falling in love with it, really. We've moved over and we're locals to Burnley. We have been for the last 5 years. So we've really gotten stuck in. We're part of the community. So it wasn't very difficult to fall in love with it and become a big role in the team in general.
What do you think of being in the stands next to the Burnley fan base? I mean, is it a different kind of culture change to what you're used to from where you're from?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm from around New York, and I would say the sports culture in the US is just completely different from the UK in general, because in the US you have a team that you support, but here it's really an identity. So I've had to learn a lot about the difference between our sports and in the US and then here in the UK. So as far as being in the stands, it really depends on how Burnley's doing. You get a lot of different reactions from fans depending on where we are in the table, but I've really enjoyed it no matter when we're doing well or when we're not, because being a Burnley fan, it kind of transcends even where we are on the table. It's just, it's become my identity as well.
Brilliant.
Well, in 1981, Ashlyn, I made my debut at Turf Moor.
Wow.
So I've always had a big affection for Burnley because that was the first game I ever played in professional football, and it was on a cold Tuesday night, and it was horrible.
I believe that.
And tell us about, obviously, the pressures as well and the feelings that you have, like most Burnley fans, but also then maybe watching your dad with them sitting 19th in the Premier League. Is there that worry in that conversation of going down?
Yeah, I mean, listen, as soon as we kind of took on Burnley, we knew that it would have its challenges in that regard. But even when I decided to start doing social media, I knew I wanted to share that perspective. And I used to be really afraid of posting videos even when we lost. But now I've realized that telling the actual story and being a part of the experience means doing it, whether we win or we lose. And I've had to grow some thicker skin because that being said, I don't think as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen any other children of owners posting about that experience. So I think there's a good reason for that, because fans, they gravitate towards anywhere that they can really share their opinion. And although I hate explaining to fans, I can't really do anything about all of your opinions and things that they should be doing differently with the team. I like at least being a community online where people can come and support the team and, even just let out their opinions, even if I can't do much about that. But obviously for the last 4 years, we've been up and down between the Championship and the Premier League. That's come with its own challenges, but it's also brought some really amazing experiences for when we have been promoted. Even throughout my whole life, I would say some of those promotion days have been some of the best experiences I've ever had, and I feel really lucky to be a part of that.
Well, you've had a good week as well this week, haven't you? The win at Crystal Palace must have made you feel, really pleased, and I'm sure you would have posted something very, very interesting.
I've been dying from a cold this week, and so I also am a new mom. So
I was going to say, it's Winston, your wee boy, the wee boy in the videos, that he's your son.
He is. He is, and I was actually doing bedtime with him when everything happened at the Crystal Palace match.
Oh.
So before putting him down, I saw that Crystal Palace had scored twice, and I put my phone away. I rocked him to sleep, and by the time I came out and put him down, we were up by 3, and I was so confused. I was, how did that happen? It must be a glitch. But it was a very, very much needed win for us, and hopefully the start to some momentum that we can carry.
Do you know, it's so good hearing from you, Ashlin. Quick word on the FA Cup and what you expect to happen today, what you hope for.
You know what? I have a good feeling. I think Mansfield Town obviously are going to come into it with a winning mentality too, but carrying what momentum we do have from Wednesday's match, I'm hoping that we can take home a really good win.
Okay, Ashlin Pace, thank you so much for your time today. Ashlin Pace Ferguson, the Burnley social media executive and TikToker, but also the daughter of Alan Pace, the owner as well. Ashlin, thank you so much for your time.
Cheers, thank you, Ashlin.
Guys.
Good to talk to you. Good luck with everything. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. That's a fascinating little listen.
Yeah.
Coming up next, Casanova is with us. Tony Cascarino, married 3 times. He knows how to get the job done. He'll be giving you your Valentine's advice next.
The irony is, I think Arteta is one of the best managers to grace the Premier League for a long time. I think if anyone can, and I just think we just need to play.
Sorry, say that again. What did you say? Just say that Arteta's one of the greatest managers to ever come into the Premier League.
Yeah, can you not hear this evening?
But what are you on about? He ain't won that. He ain't won nothing.
No, but you know he's a young manager. Wenger came second 3 years on the trot, and then he won the league. You got to give these guys time. And you know, I think
you just said you've been found out.
Yeah.
So sorry. Do you say that Arteta's one of the greatest managers to grace the Premier League, or recent? I missed what you said. What did you say?
I said Arteta is one of the best managers.
Yeah.
He's come into a club.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of you are talking, but one of you's a Tottenham fan.
No, go on, but I want to know what you said.
He's come into the club. He's changed the culture of the club from something which was.
Yeah, listen. Just say what you said.
Well, I can't remember what I said now.
I can't remember what you said. You said it. Did you say he's one of the greatest managers to grace the Premier League?
Yes, I did. Like what?
One of the greatest. One of the greatest.
Yeah.
To grace the Premier League.
Yeah. Yeah. Shall I say it again and then you question me whether I said it again?
Yeah. Do it. Say it.
Yeah. He's one of the greatest managers.
No, that's not what you said.
The Premier League.
You said managers. You said managers. Anyway, let's get away from that because
No, I want him to say it again.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Crimbark via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley.
Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krimbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The Sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players, the attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Good morning, it's the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT with me, Shebahn Aherne, and former Chelsea and Marseille striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
So we're in the thick of the FA Cup 4th round. More action coming up for you on the talkSPORT network over the weekend. We've got Liverpool against Brighton tonight, and amid the noise around his future, Brighton boss Fabian Hürzeler insists he is the full backing of the club.
In these tough times, you really see how you act with each other, how you treat each other, how you support each other, and I think therefore I really feel support. I really feel the belief from the club.
That's nice to hear. We've got the full FA Cup coverage for you coming up here on talkSPORT today, including 4 more live commentaries. West Ham take the trip to face League One side Burton Albion, and Nuno Espirito Santo will be keen to make sure there's no giant killings on his watch.
It is an important competition for us that we respect, and we respect Burton. We're going to compete. We're going to try and take it day by day, see where the FA Cup leads us.
That one is live on talkSPORT. All of the build-up coming from 11 o'clock, and it's Valentine's Day, people. I hope you didn't forget. We're celebrating, we're ramming it down your throat. And if you're stuck for ideas, Tony Cascarino is with you. Also, Alan Brazil and Dean Saunders came to the rescue yesterday.
A candlelit dinner.
Yeah. When was the last time you did that, Alan?
3 kids and 5 grandkids. You've not got a hope in hell.
Katie booked a table last year. Never again. Big mistake.
Is that the first time you booked a table then?
She only potted one ball.
Yep. Dean Saunders and Alan Brazil have you covered with some romantic tips today. Do you want us to spread the love for you? Did you forget? Don't worry, we will send your messages to your loved one or the special person that you fancy. 03717223344 or 81089 if you want to send a text. Good morning. It's the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT.
That's the power of love. That's the power of love.
Oh, you told me the fun fact about this song.
What? Huey Lewis in the news. Well, there was 3 Powers of Love. I think we're in. I'm not 100% sure, but I think in the same year.
You're right. It was.
Oh, there were 3 in the same year.
3 in the same year. So this one.
Yeah, Frankie. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Power of Love.
And Jennifer Rush.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? They were
all in the same year.
Should have been a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But
no,
a banger to be
one of them was a Christmas song more than the other.
This is very, very true. Spreading the love for your music this morning. If you fancy the tunes, swipe over to Virgin Radio Breakfast with Chris Evans back Monday from 6:30. I wonder how Chris Evans celebrates Valentine's Day, what he's doing today. He's probably got his own
plays, music.
Field of roses and stuff like that. Casanova coming up for you a little bit later on. Tony Cascarino's Valentine's Day tips. You do not want to miss that. But let's get stuck into today's FA Cup action. 7 ties coming your way to look ahead to the action. A man who has played and managed umpteen games in this competition. Former West Brom defender and Port Vale manager Darren Moore. Good morning, Darren.
Hi, Darren.
Good morning, Shebahn. Good morning, Tony. You okay?
Are you feeling the love today, Darren?
Yeah, I actually am feeling the love today.
Oh, look at that smile.
Yeah, every day is a lovely day for me at the moment. So yeah, all good.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
It's amazing, Darren, isn't it? Because we're in the football world and all this is like totally irrelevant, really, because obviously Valentine's falling on a weekend and just everyone's so fixated on football. I suppose it's a bit of a relief for you that is not the world at the moment.
Well, you're spot on, Tony. Usually now, these Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, usually for the footballing world, it's just a continuation. And today's no different with the fourth round FA Cup. So the majority of footballers, I suppose, today's taken care of with fixtures and games, really. So that's why we kind of can look past these days. But obviously, for me now, not currently managing. At the moment, it's a relaxing day, so I can watch it all unfold.
Yeah, I mean, your former Port Vale manager, you would have been hosting Bristol City today, but that's been postponed to March. I mean, that kind of fell nicely on Valentine's Day as well, to be honest, Darren. But what do you think of Vale's chances getting through this tie?
I think it's just a shame that it's been called off today, but I think for Port Vale, it's a game where they can just go in and just go and play and not play under the pressures that they've had from the league this season. So it's a breakaway, and the cup competitions have served as a perfect tonic for the football club this season, and they'd see the FA Cup as being no different to that, really. So it's a shame today, shame for the football club, shame for the fans. But as I said, by the time it comes around to the 5th round, both teams and both clubs will know who they got in the 5th round, and it could add for an extra bit of spice for the replay.
How did you find the FA Cup, Darren? Because obviously we come from a certain era that the FA Cup was the be-all and end-all, but it's obviously changed with the dynamics of the importance of staying in the league or getting promotion and just different issues, that it's lost a bit of value. Do you like to think, Darren, it's coming back slightly?
Yeah, I certainly think it's coming back, because simply the way it offers a route straight back into Europe for some of the more bigger teams. I think it is definitely coming back. It's such a shame that it did lose a little bit of its nostalgia, but obviously for me and you, Tony, what's played the game and understand it, and we knew when the FA Cup was on, that was the real main cup competition, and we'd all be glued to the TV watching it as both team coaches enter into the Wembley Arena. But now I think slightly now it's starting to come back. You can see the bigger boys are playing stronger teams now, and they're taking the competition really, really more seriously. Obviously, with the 5th spots now in the Premier League, where you can get into Europe, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup now are 2 real important cup competitions. But the FA Cup for me is such a special place, because playing as a player and as a manager, I still think the FA Cup holds a special place, certainly in my heart. And today, Burton against West Ham, you'll see that at lunchtime.
Yeah, it's nice to hear your positivity on it as well, Darren. I don't expect it really any other way, because you guys do get it and you love it, and it's the beauty of the FA Cup. But it is feeling like it's changing the opinions of people.
Yeah, and Darren gave some really valid reasons
Yeah.
why. And, you know, like in the Midlands area, as Darren knows really, really well, is that, you know, you've got so many clubs in there. I mean, Birmingham are playing at home this week in the FA Cup, so are the Villa. On different days, and you know it can be a hotbed in that particular area as well.
Sure. League One as well, Stevenage versus Huddersfield. We've got that on talkSPORT too. You managed Huddersfield, having a good season. Can they get promotion?
I think they can. I think under Liam now, it looks like there's a little bit of fluidity and stability at the football club, and the club definitely is looking to try and get back in the Championship. But I think the biggest thing for them is just keeping that stability going forward. But they've got all the tools, they've got the players on the pitch, they've got the support base really, and they'll be a challenge in League One. It looks like they're coming with a late surge, and they're putting a run together just at the right time when you get to sort of the second half of the season, which for the football club it bodes well.
Darren, I wanted to ask you this because this week typified how difficult management is. You know, seeing Sean Dyche, Thomas Frank, and, you know, just change as a manager. And people always have said to me about why I didn't go down the road of trying to... I said, I don't know if I would want to, really, because I think it's nearly impossible, because you can be flavour of the month, do brilliantly well, you're a good manager, then suddenly a bad thing happens, or you struggle, and different dynamics at a football club, and now you're a bad manager. And I said, just look at all the managers in all the different leagues. They've all had their ups and downs.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, Tony. I think the game now and management now it's such a minefield to tread now, really. And I think you just have to keep your inner beliefs. You have to focus on seeing almost like the wood through the trees, if you like, in terms of what you're doing and what you're trying to do and implement the football club. But such is the game now that the one minute thing can go wrong, and it can deem that it's gone wrong, and you put in this pitch where you're a bad manager, but it's not, because there's so many different dynamics that go with it now at any football club now, and that's the thing that you have to see through. You usually reflect, evaluate, and then you just get ready again and dust yourself down. But what it does for individual managers is it gives you the opportunity to learn, it gives you the opportunity to reflect, and it gives you the opportunity that when the next opportunity does come along, you get a more well-rounded figure now to go into that situation, and you understand more, really. But you are right, there's so many different dynamics, even more so now, Tony. When we were playing, watching managers that we played for, it seemed a little bit more straighter and straightforward for them. But where it does today, it seems there's a lot more complications to go with it.
Darren, just before we let you go, West Brom versus Norwich, how do you see this one going today?
Well, my allegiance will be with West Brom, obviously. He's brought a little bit of stability there, 2 clean sheets in the last 2 league games, which was excellent. And I still think it's going to be a difficult game down at Carrow Road, but hopefully West Brom will get themselves into the 5th round.
Nice. Darren Moore, enjoy the football today, enjoy all the action, and happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you both. Thank you. Take care.
Darren Moore there, former West Brom defender and former Port Vale manager, looking ahead to the FA Cup action for us today. Also, if you're into your box, we've got some information on that coming up for you very, very soon. And on the way shortly, we're going to speak to Mansfield CEO Carolyn Radford to get an owner's perspective on the 4th round. Coral's coming up next. It's the Weekend Breakfast coming on talkSPORT.
Speaking on the Overlap Stick to Football podcast, and Postecoglou criticised Tottenham's transfer strategy while claiming his former side are not a big club in the wake of Thomas Frank's sacking.
You know, when you walk into Tottenham, what you see everywhere is to dare is to do. It's everywhere. And yet their actions are almost the antithesis of that. Right. It's a real curious in terms of understanding what are they trying to build? You know, what are they? Is it... There's obviously, they've built an unbelievable stadium, unbelievable training facilities. But when you look at the expenditure, particularly, you know, in their wages structure, they're not a big club. I saw that because when we were trying to sign players, we weren't in the market for those players. It's just who we are, mate.
Oh my God. To dare is to do. What do you lot do? You do nothing. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, look.
What do you do? What do you do? Do you dare?
Well, we're not doing, are
we? Do you dare? And then once you've dared, do you do doing?
Well, we're not doing it at the moment, are we?
Are you daring?
Well, we dared, and we won the Europa League.
And are you still doing it?
No. But I'm so sick of talking about Tottenham. I mean, look.
It's your job.
No, I know, but it's just like, you know.
It's not my fault, is it?
Ex-manager coming on.
Don't start having a pop at me.
It was absolutely garbage in the Premier League. All right, he won the Europa League, but, you know, got a 0% win ratio in the Premier League at Nottingham Forest. Didn't want to mention that on Stick to Football, did he? So,
what do you mean?
Well, you know, it's very easy to come out and start saying this and that. Like,
Weekend breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's FA Cup weekend. Shebahn Aherne and former Chelsea Millwall striker Tony Cascarino. Did you see Cruz Beckham in the office the other day?
No.
Me neither. I didn't see him either, but he was here.
Oh, was he?
He was here with his band on the Chris Evans breakfast show.
Right.
Yeah, on Virgin Radio yesterday. Cruz Beckham and the Breakers. Here he is talking to Chris about his first concert.
I mean, my dad took me to a Stone Roses gig at Old Trafford.
Now that you've mentioned your mum and dad a bit, right? I'm just going to mention them a bit more. We played Stone Roses at quarter to 7 this morning, and your dad texted me. He said you can't get enough Stone Roses.
He's on the school run then.
Yeah, he's on the school. Well, no, quite early, but so Stone Roses' first gig other than your mum's band.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's not bad, is it?
It doesn't get much better.
It doesn't get much better, does it? No. Gosh, would Grandad Tony, could he ever appear on stage with you, do you think? Could he sneak on? Has he got it? Can he bring it?
He's still got it.
Yeah?
I don't know, I'll have to speak
Does he
to
still
him.
gig?
He doesn't gig anymore, no.
What about Christmas time? Is he a guitar guy?
He is. No, I think he was lead singer.
Lead singer.
He wasn't guitar guy, so there's no vintage guitars.
Cruz Beckham and the Breakers on the Chris Evans Virgin Radio Breakfast Show yesterday. First concert, Cass?
Oh, first concert. Wow, that's tricky. I think it was probably at the Lewisham Odeon in about 76, 77 And it was Madness, Bad Manners, and the Special all on the same gig.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mine's was Westlife.
Might have been around that time.
Go back and do it
Westlife.
all again. What a gig. I went to see them like 10 times.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Anyway, nobody cares. If you fancy some tunes, swipe over to Virgin Radio now for the love music. And Chris Evans is back on Monday from 6:30. And it's time now to get the latest odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Coral, the home of the free-to-play Golden Rewards Shaker. 18 plus max 1 reward per player per selected Shaker day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
Now, John, you'll be able to shed light. No Simon this weekend and no Dave. You're doing the double day, which means, are you single, John, or are the guys loved up? What's the story?
I think it's the guys are loved up. Yeah, I think they're probably a romantic weekends away, Steve and Dave. So, yeah, good luck to those guys. But
are they together, do you think?
Not together, I don't think it's a double date. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. But they are very close together, those two. So you never know. But not that I'm aware of. So not double date for me with you guys. Looking forward to all the sport this weekend: FA Cup, racing, Six Nations, Shebahn. Of course, today big game there, and and Westlife. That's quite a revelation there. Are they touring again this year? I believe, aren't they, Westlife? But no Mark Feely, which Mark for me is the best voice of the lot, I have to say.
Oh, he's got some voice, and he was my first love, you know. And then
was he really?
He came out as gay, and I was just like, the world is over. Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks for breaking my heart, Mark. But yeah, no, I went to see them so many times. I went to see them for their closing tour.
You went from Westlife to No Life then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was the end of it all for me. Looking ahead to the football today, please, John. We've got Liverpool, Brighton, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Man City, Salford all on the talkSPORT network today.
Yeah, good games, some good games. We'll start with Liverpool-Brighton at 8 o'clock. Liverpool favourites here at 4-7, Brighton 4-1. But they did beat Liverpool at this stage 2 or 3 years ago, did Brighton. So they have got form. And I think, Cass, it seems to be a difficult hurdle for Liverpool this fourth round. They've been beaten 6 times in the last 10 years in the fourth round. So don't know what it is about this stage of the competition, but they'll be looking to avoid that scalp today. Liverpool obviously had a good win on Wednesday, didn't they, against Sunderland?
Yeah, Sunderland, yeah. Good victory for them, John. But it's a difficult one because Liverpool are incredibly, with all their finances, now being stretched with certainly defensively with who they can play.
Yeah, that's right. That is going to be a problem. He's going to have to rotate a little bit today, isn't he, Arne Slot? Brighton themselves, a little bit of a difficult run. I think the manager under pressure. I'm not sure why, to be quite honest with you, because I still think they're in a decent position, Brighton. I think it's probably just goes to show how they've overachieved a little bit in recent years, that he's under pressure, I feel. So they've got a chance today, Brighton, of qualifying, I really do. But, Liverpool will be hoping to put themselves in the 5th round of the competition.
There is an early game. Burton taking on West Ham. Sort of prices of Burton. Are you giving a big one away?
They're not that big, surprisingly. Actually, they're 11-2, so 5.5-1. But I think that goes to show, what can happen in this FA Cup. We saw it in the last round. Macclesfield beating Crystal Palace. That was an incredible scalp for them, wasn't it? Non-league Macclesfield. So I think bookmakers, we no longer offer these fancy odds because anything can happen in this. Fantastic. I still think it's the world's best competition. I really do. And it's these sort of games, isn't it, is why we love it. And good luck to Burton today. West Ham 4-9 for the victory, the East London club. Looking at some of the other games today, City versus Salford, Manchester City 1-25. There are big odds here. Salford 33-1 to cause an upset. Exeter beaten 10-1 by City in the last round. So they certainly took no prisoners there, did they, Manchester City against Exeter? Will they do the same today? And I think there's only 3.5 miles separating these two clubs. So really is a derby. And Aston Villa versus Newcastle. This game's at 5:45 today. Aston Villa 13-10, Newcastle 15-8. So very little between those two sides at 5:45.
So horse racing today, John?
There is, Ascot is the feature meeting, Cass. It's the Ascot Chase at 3:35, Grade 1 contest. John Bon, the 1-2 favourite there to prevail for Nicky Henderson. And good news at Wincanton. They had an 8 a.m. inspection this morning. That got the green light, so racing to go ahead at inspection. Haydock, that's got to pass a second inspection at 10 o'clock. So we'll keep an eye on the news in regards to that. And the rugby today, Shebahn, Scotland versus England. What's going to happen there at Murrayfield? Well, I tell you what, you've been the bogey team for England in recent years, haven't you? But England 1-3 favourites today Scotland 11-4. What's your view here? Is Scotland going to turn over England again at Murrayfield?
Yeah, I think it's very, very possible. You know, England looking so strong, but if there's one game that Scotland will get up for, it is definitely this one. And as Gregor Townsend said, you can't underestimate them, especially in this one. So fingers crossed for the Scots today in the Calcutta Cup.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, have a great day, guys.
John Hill, we love you. Thank you so much. That was the latest odds with Coral. 18+, BigGambleAware.org. Please gamble responsibly.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Coral, the home of the free-to-play Golden Rewards Shaker. 18+, max 1 reward per player per selected Shaker day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restrictions and T's and C's apply. GambleAware.org.
On the way, we'll build up to Villa Newcastle in the Cup, and we'll also open the love letters from our very own Cass Anova.
Alex Cook has been crowing about this for the last 24 hours because, of course, this has been his motto. He said, I felt like Tottenham was saying, we're one of the big boys, and the reality is, I don't think they are.
Well, it's interesting. If I've been saying that in an Australian accent and holding up the Europa League trophy for the past 6 months, maybe Tottenham fans might believe me a bit more because he's their hero, isn't he? Despite the fact he finished 17th last season. And he's right. He said all the things that I've been saying. They're a big club in terms of the training ground is fantastic. The stadium is the best in the Premier League, if not the best in Europe. But they're not a big club in terms of trophies won, in terms of global fan base, when you compare them to the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United and Arsenal, especially now that Son is not there anymore, because that did open up all kinds of avenues for them. And they're not a big club in terms of the transfer fees they pay, because Dominic Solanke is still their record signing at £65 million. And they're not a big club in terms of the wages.
Well, actually, that does make them a big club in world football because there's not many clubs that play that sort of money for players. Most of them are in the Premier League.
Big club, though.
But wages is a big problem.
Yeah, but they're not paying pennies here. Like, what we're talking about here, maybe they don't pay £300,000 a week, but I can imagine some of the Spurs players are on close to 200. I would imagine so.
Well, they certainly shouldn't have a wage bill. Their wage bill is not 17th, 16th in the Premier League, is it? There's no way that can be the case.
No, but I also think what Ange was saying was that when he finished 5th in his first season,
we should be going.
But that was an overachievement, really, when you look at where Tottenham have been in the Premier League era. I know they had a few golden years under Mauricio Pochettino, but they're not an established top 4 team. They're not.
Baby, I just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you.
Good morning, Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We're live on the smart TV. Turn us on this morning because Cascarino, aka Casanova, going to be with you very, very soon. Oh, this is a good one. This is more let down with the kids.
Yeah, this is the sort of the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah. Mario.
I didn't know.
Super Mario, yeah. He was also a singer. I'm joking, it's not Super Mario. It's just Mario. 2004, yeah.
Is it?
Oh, I'm making myself sound old now. Down with the kids. Mario 2004. They've never heard of it. Here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT today. After us, Max Rushton and Charlie Baker bringing you the warm-up from 9. 11 o'clock, live commentary from the FA Cup 4th round. Burton Albion host West Ham United. That kicks off at 12:15. And then Game Day live with Mr. Lover, Adrian Durham, going to round the grounds from the FA Cup and EFL. 2 more FA Cup commentaries after that here on talkSPORT. Villa Newcastle at 5:45 and Liverpool take on Brighton at 8. Stay with us here on talkSPORT. It's the Sports Bar Weekender from 10 o'clock with Adam Catterall and Jermaine Pennham. I'll also bring you all the news from the Winter Games in Milan Cortina. Here's our Michael Waydock with a roundup after Team GB finally got our first medal.
I can't describe the feeling. I almost feel numb. That's what Matt Weston said moments after winning Team GB's first medal of these Winter Games. The skeleton racer broke the track record in each of his 4 runs to become the first British man to win Olympic gold in his sport and the first British man to win Olympic gold since Christopher Dean in 1984. In truth, he was totally dominant. The 28-year-old finished 0.88 seconds ahead of his closest rival, Axel Jung of Germany. As he crossed the line, he cried tears of joy before celebrating with his family. The 2-time world champion is now the Olympic champion. And on Sunday, there's a very good chance he could win a second gold in the new mixed team event alongside Tabby Stoker. The pair won the overall World Cup gold medal this year.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. All the updates coming from Milan for you today. You're listening to talkSPORT. Please stop talking about Valentine's Day, says Olu. For some people, it's about loneliness. You don't have to mention it. Okay, sorry then, I take it back, but I'm probably going to continue it between now and 9 o'clock. Morning, Shebahn. I want to say a very happy Valentine's Day to the 2 loves in my life, my bulldog Dave and my spaniel Zach, who will be listening at home. Left St Leonard's Chapel with my partner Irene at 5 a.m. for a romantic weekend in Southampton. It's just a coincidence Leicester happened to be playing there today. I know how to treat a lady, 20 years together, and she still hasn't sussed me out. Craig, the Leicester City fan, good luck to you today. Let's look ahead to Villa against Newcastle, 5:45 today, live here on talkSPORT. An all-Premier League affair between 2 huge clubs. Have to go back to 1950s for their last FA Cup win. Both clubs picked up wins midweek. Newcastle at Spurs, Villa at home to Brighton. Aston Villa manager Unai Emery admits he'll need to rotate his squad after their mounting injury concerns.
Yes, but usually as a coach, I had this problem a lot of times, and how I needed to take a decision, building the team, trying to some players being with the possibility to play in different positions, being versatile.
Interesting feel around this one, Cass.
Well, I was, as he was talking there, I'm thinking, I don't know if I could guess the Villa team.
No.
But I probably couldn't guess the Newcastle team either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because normally on a weekend you get the papers and you can see the potential lineups and you're pretty much 80, 90% right. But today I've noticed that some of the papers don't even have lineups in because it's really, really tricky.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, injuries have been a bit of a nightmare now for Unai Emery, considering the job that he's done in the Premier League, still sitting third, going on a nice run in Europe as well. Do you think they'll win a trophy this season, and should this be the one that they're focusing on?
Well, it's one that, I mean, Unai Emery has always been associated with cup competitions, especially European.
Yeah, European.
And he's done some amazing they had some amazing feats. Different clubs winning trophies. So, yeah, you'd expect Villa to try and push hard on this type of competition, but Newcastle have had success, haven't they, in the last year?
Yeah.
So, it's two clubs that feel like that winning mentality they want to, inbred in their teams. And Eddie Howe would have been delighted in midweek performance, getting a result at Spurs. That was a big, big win for them.
Huge result.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they'll try and get the best teams out they can, but also, as we've seen, the injury list of clubs is just ludicrous all across the board. So many clubs have got too many injuries.
So you see a lot of mix-up today?
I can only see mixed teams. I'm sure who puts their hand up and say there's available, that manager thinks, well, if they can play, I'm going to play them. But it's a tough one. We've had midweek fixtures, as we've just gone through this week, and then they're playing again today. Obviously, the programme is just relentless of playing games. Then you've got European football to take into consideration. Both Newcastle and Aston Villa have got that.
Can I just ask you the thoughts on Harvey Barnes turning them down playing for Scotland this week?
Well, it's a personal decision.
Yeah.
It comes down to that, Shebahn, for me, is that if he doesn't want to and feels like his allegiance is with England and he wants to stay there, it's his choice. It's not for me to question whether he's done the right thing. It's him who has to decide.
I mean, I agree. If he feels he wants to play for England, he wants to try and work towards the England team, why would he go, I'll just go play for Scotland then?
No.
Unless he wants to play for Scotland, I think he's maybe made the right decision if he feels that way, instead of just going, well, I could go to a World Cup.
Yeah,
which would be the easy decision to make.
It's a decision that I think is an individual choice.
Yeah, I rate it.
Certainly a lot of players in the Republic of Ireland had that issue, me as one of them. I was absolutely delighted. One of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah, that's good. Nice to hear. Okay, stick this in your gub.
Oh, right, okay.
Turn on the smart TV. It's time now for this.
Hey boy, they call you Casanova. Well, later, baby, you're playing dead.
You need to keep this in your mouth, and when you when you go home and see Joe today, you need to put that in your mouth and be like, "Hello, darling."
A red rose.
So, that rose cost £8.50.
Just a question: how much did you pay for one rose?
£8.50. Actually,
you got more money than sense.
My sister's partner Jade picked it up for you.
You got it on the chin.
She was fuming at the price of it, but it's a lovely rose. You keep it for your Joe.
Rose.
Now your slabbers have been all over it. It's time now for a little bit of Casanova. It's Valentine's Day if you're looking to make the move. If you're dating, some man who knows about that from his past is Tony Cascarino. This one's from Zach. Hi Cass, I'm cooking for a lady today. It's her third date. I don't know what to cook. What's your romantic meal to cook for a lady friend?
Oh, in the modern world, that's really tough question, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, I don't. We'll say if they're vegan, you got all these. You got to find out what they like.
All right, fair point. Yeah.
You can't, just go down the road. Well, I'll put, do a fillet steak or something. You don't know, do you? So many people now have different diets, or say not even diets, but different choices of food.
Right, say it's me, and I'm not fussy. I'm not fussy, right? I eat anything. What
right.
you cook?
What would I cook for you? Well, I'll probably go steak, yeah. A nice steak.
Do you like it well done or
medium? Medium, yeah, because it was frowned upon when I was living in France. So I used to have it well done, and then the chefs refused to cook it.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
It's like, oh, okay, I'll have it medium rare then.
Oh, I'll take it just bleeding all over the plate. That's lovely.
Oh yeah. No, I would always go steak. I do like salmon as a choice. I really enjoy salmon, but that's not my choice.
Salmon now is apparently filled with badness.
Well, that's what the farm salmon.
Yeah.
You can get wild salmon.
Okay, then we should do that.
Yeah. Then
okay, here's scenario 2. Hi Casanova, I'm single but I'd love to meet someone. However, all I do is talk about Arsenal and women don't want to engage. Any tips?
Well, I think, how many fans do Arsenal have? Probably 1 million plus.
I'd say you've just offended them with that, Cass, but...
Well, I don't know how many. Worldwide, you've got a huge fan base, yeah? And the percentage of them are women. Surely you could find someone on a forum who's an Arsenal fan you might...
Do you know that Arsenal did a speed dating day at the stadium, I'm sure, where they invited people in?
I think you're right. I think they did, yeah.
But, I mean, if you're going to sit and talk about football the whole time and he or she is not interested, then you need to
Well, I think she would be if she's an Arsenal fan, and if she's a fanatic fan, then she would be interested.
Right, okay.
It's a hard one. Look, the first date. Have you had many first dates you had? I don't think I've ever really had a first date.
Really? What, you just go straight to the altar then?
I skip the engagement and the...
the whole
First
romantic date, but marry me. You're going to marry me.
I know someone who did that. Walked up to someone in bus stop and said, "I'm going to marry you," and they did.
Oh, nice. I knew I'd marry my husband.
Yeah.
I knew the first weekend I met him, I was like, I'll marry him. Yeah. Apparently he told him.
I know there is that instant attraction and just... Well, do you want me to tell you who he was? Because he's famous. Who did that? Teddy Sheringham.
Oh.
His wife, Chrissy. He saw her in Spain and just walked up to her.
And said, I'll marry you.
I'm going to marry you. That was his line. That's what he says. I mean...
That's cute.
Yeah, he knew immediately.
She is stunning, by the way. Even when I saw her, I was like, I'd like to marry you. She's a beautiful woman. Okay, so anyway, number 3. Hi, Casanova. I took my partner to her first game the other day. I'm a Palace fan, but she supports Brighton. And while at the game, she bought a half and half scarf. I'm now not convinced she's a real fan. Should I ditch her now or give her a chance to explain herself? That's a good one.
Come on. Do you know what? Again, going back to people I've met along the way, and I had one friend who, for the tiniest of reasons, would say, "Oh, she done this, or she did this, or something." And say, "Look, you're not perfect, so don't try and find someone who's perfect, because being perfect ain't going to work."
Right. Okay.
Right? It's not. And might be some listeners or whatever say, "Oh, I've got the perfect." There's no one who's 100% perfect. Are you 100% perfect, Shebahn?
Obviously. Nah, miles off it. Not perfect at all. I know.
No, I think you've got to be really careful.
Oh, hello.
Oh, here it goes again.
There we go.
Look, you've got to have attraction, obviously, but you've also got to have some sort of idea of, the common ground between two people. You've got to have that. I read a book in 2018, and it sort of changed the way I felt about relationships. And one of the biggest standout, it was called 12 Rules of Life. And one of the rules was never lie. And I'd got myself in a bit of trouble with some, I'd say white lies, some quite big ones as well in there as well.
Gosh, right, we're going deep.
And I decided I was going to live my life without lying. Obviously, there's some things you have to... If you're surprising someone, and you're saying,
keep a secret.
It's a secret more than a lie.
Yeah.
But I tried to implement that in every way, and I haven't got in trouble since.
Oh, good. Well, it's the basics we're taught from the beginning, like don't.
Well, the trust, isn't it? If you don't lie and you can't be caught out, it's like I play poker and I tell my missus everything because she knows whether I've won, lost, or whatever, and I don't lie because if I lie and she finds out, then the trust has been broken, isn't it?
I had a friend.
Going deep now, isn't it?
That went a bit deep for light Valentine's Day Casanova chat, but we'll take it. Don't lie. I had a friend who pretended he was French, a DJ, international DJ,
right,
and lived in Ibiza, and he managed to pull off a relationship, being another person for 6 months.
Yeah, but did it last?
No, hell no.
I was going to say, it can't last.
No, it can't last.
The foundation is a lie, so it has to fail.
How can you be with that? Anyway, that took a massive turn. Put that in your gub because I've got something I need to read. Sam, do I need to read that? Oh no, it's gone away now. Just keep it there for another moment. Hold the rose there. Yeah. Take that home to Joe. You're listening to The Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we'll get the perspective of a lower league club owner looking for a giant killing this weekend. Happy Valentine's Day.
Let's go to Alan, who's a Man City fan. All right, Al?
Yes, good evening. I've got a little song for you at the end for the Arsenal fans as well. But do you know what, Arsenal? Man City are a snake, and they've had their foot on our necks where we've been weak, and they should have cut our heads off and buried us in the sand, and they've not. And now we're going to come back and beat them, and we're going to win this title. And in a couple of weeks after we play them at the Etihad, when we give them a footballing lesson, you can ring me up and I'll come on the show again, because Man City are a better team to watch than what Arsenal are. And he's coming on. The Premier League trophy's coming back to the Etihad. And listening to these Arsenal fans tonight, we are right in there then. All the memories of all the years previous are all coming flooding back. And we're going to win the league. And I'll give you my song now.
Go on in. Is it clean?
Crumbling again, ole, ole. Crumbling again, ole, ole. Crumbling again. Crumbling again. Crumbling again, ole, ole. Can't wait to see that.
All right, Al. Listen, Man City fans are. If they're listening to the show tonight, Man City fans, I think they'll be thinking.
Do you know what it does do, though?
Tell you what.
It gives us. We have got a proper title race.
Yeah.
A proper title race. It's not a bad point for Arsenal. I still don't think Man City are quite the Man City that we've seen win a title.
No, but
they could do. They could.
They look all right. They're looking all right. You know, Diaz, Gay at the back again. O'Reilly, fantastic. Nunes has played all right.
Mate.
Rodri, you know, mate.
I'm not. Look,
you know, they've signed Semenyo, Haaland scoring, Foden.
What you won't do to do for love. You tried everything.
Oh, the love songs have been coming in today here on Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. Happy Valentine's Day, happy FA Cup fourth round weekend, Six Nations Day, lots to get into. Shebahn Tony Cascarino.
You know, we hadn't had up until, you know, with the Luther Vandross, Alexander O'Neill sort of era, they've had some great love songs.
Oh, yeah. We've had a good spread of love songs from all over the ages, I'd say, today. Everyone's been looked after. More love songs over on Virgin Radio. You can swipe across there if you fancy. Some of your sports headlines you're waking up to. Northern Ireland manager Michael O'Neill has been appointed Blackburn Rovers boss until the end of the season, in a move that will see him juggle both roles. That's carnage. Fair play to you. Man City midfielder Rodri has been charged with misconduct by the FA following comments he made about referees after his side's 2-2 draw at Tottenham earlier on this month. We've got live Formula E from Saudi Arabia this weekend. Here's our man John Jackson, 5 p.m. on talkSPORT 2. You can stay with him to stay across it all. And by the way, if you're into your boxing, don't miss the Zone Stack schedule. Fights every week, and next weekend delivering the big one. 3 fight nights, 1 unmissable weekend. Only on DAZN. It all begins from Nottingham next Saturday. A fierce rivalry reignites in a highly anticipated rematch. Lee Wood takes on Josh Warrington. Then later that evening, live from Vegas, it's Ryan Garcia chasing his first world title against Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight world title. And then finally, the return of Clarissa Shields. She's got Franchon Cruz Desern in an undisputed heavyweight rematch next Saturday as well. Sign up now, DAZN Ultimate, and get all these fights plus a minimum of 12 plus pay-per-view views a year, including Garcia versus Barrios, at no extra cost. You can watch all these fights with our friends on DAZN.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
Here across all the FA Cup action today, Cass, it's a huge one from Mansfield Town, 12th in League One. They travel to Premier League at Burnley. It's one of our 3 o'clock game day live matches this afternoon. Let's speak to their brilliant CEO, a friend of talkSPORT, Carolyn Radford, is with us. Good morning, Carolyn. Big one for you today.
Hi, Carolyn.
Good morning. It is. It certainly is. I'm going back to my hometown, Lancashire. Well, no, I'm not from Burnley, actually. It's true. I've got wet hair. We've got the boys to get ready and we've got to get on the road. So apologies about... anyway, on to the football.
It's good to have you both with us this morning. How are you feeling about today? It's a huge one. Are you feeling confident for a cup set?
Yeah, well, it's Valentine's Day, so I don't ask for much. It would be really, really wonderful to get through. But no, we're just really pleased to be in this position, excited. And I think, I think things like this, it's about going, enjoying it, just trying to relax into it. And we're very proud of our team, our squad, of Nigel, and the way, the club is going in the right direction. And so I think when you kind of just enjoying things and going into it measured and, no expectation almost, let's see, and it begins with B. And our track record with teams beginning with B isn't too good.
Well, I was going to say to that, John, that you didn't do so bad when you went to Sheffield United and you won 4-3. What an incredible victory that was.
The last 20 minutes was a bit scary there. But, it was a fantastic time. So, but you've got respect. I mean, Burnley, a quality side, good manager, and they've just come into a little bit of form. So, they've got the expectation, I guess, on today. But I think we've still got a little bit of belief, and I think there's a chance that that's what the FA Cup's all about: big upsets and things like that.
As well, because our there's the Portuguese connection. Our boys were at school, weren't they, with the managers. A little bit, so we know each other. So maybe in Portugal in the summer we'll be having a commiseratory beer with him.
Right.
And consoling him.
It'll make Valentine's night really nice tonight, wouldn't it, if we win?
Oh, that would be lovely. Or it could not be, one or the other, but we hope it's going to be very romantic for you guys. How was that then, watching football together and doing that as a family?
No. It's really nice, when you win. It's
and it's really horrible when you lose, whatever. Saying let's go into it really relaxed and enjoy it, but then it'd be a very quiet journey home today. If not, but that's competition, isn't it? It's sport, and we learn from it, and you can't win everything, and you just got to give it your best shot. If it doesn't go your way, pick yourself up because you've got another match very shortly.
It takes us away from the league games for a little while, and we're going into this with just a bit of belief, and hopefully we can pull a shock off. Yeah. But it's a very good team we're going in against, so expectations are really all on Burnley's side.
So how many Mansfield fans are making the journey to Burnley?
We sold our allocation straight away. We were given 3,600. We could have sold it 3 times over, to be fair.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, we've got such incredible, support as well. Even on the cold, horrible, wintry nights, and then lovely trips up north to Burnley.
Well,
so
enjoy it today for your family. Fingers crossed for Mansfield against Burnley. All the updates coming in talkSPORT. Carolyn, CEO of Mansfield. Hubby John, thank you so much for your time. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's been beautiful. Oh, little kiss. Oh, look, you are so cute. That is so sweet.
It's a win-win, John.
Yeah. Go on, John.
Go on the Skanks. You didn't get it.
Guys, take care of yourself. Cass, if you make that move across this desk, It's Valentine's Day, but don't go there. FA Cup weekend, all the updates coming for you here on talkSPORT Cast. Have a good one. Enjoy it.
Will do.
With Mrs. Cascarino, take that rose home to
Yeah.
her safely. Coming up next, everyone's favourite lovebirds, Max Rushton and Charlie Baker. The warm-up is next. Enjoy.